Turn the dial, turn it loud. Miami's pride, make us proud. CanesWear crew, you hear the crowd. Hurricanes ain't backing down. Every play, every score. Raising bets and raising roar. Rocking orange, green galore. All for one and one for four. We got FTSN, taking names, win it again. Podcast fam, till the end. Tune in, now let's begin.
Hello and welcome, one and all to the CanesWear podcast. It has been an amazing 3 to 4 week run since the 7th when the Canes were picked to be in the college football playoff. What a run it's been, coming off the excitement of that 24-10 victory over Ohio State. Amazing. I know that for sure because my shirt says it right here. Champions of the Cotton Bowl, Canes 24, Buckeyes 14. Oh, we've waited for that for a long time, haven't we? And we held the Buckeyes to 45 yards rushing, totally dominated the game. I love when I see these Buckeye fans. Some of the players also like the Canes. They didn't beat us. We didn't even have to show up. We just didn't show up. They didn't matter. It didn't matter. We could have played nobody and lost. Well, we wasted a trip and a lot of miles for nothing, I think, Gio. The fans, they just think that the players, it's like, oh, if we played 9 out of 10 times, we would have beat them 9 times, they're saying. You didn't even beat us the one time. Now you're going to win the next 9. Or the Notre Dame fans saying, oh, this would have been an easy trip to the national championship with a cakewalk if you see what Miami's doing. And I'm thinking like, okay, is this the same Miami team you lost to? Is this the same Miami team that beat the other team you lost to, Texas A&M? Why would you guys have a cakewalk? You couldn't prove you beat anybody that was solid. So the Canes follow up a beautiful 10-3 win against Texas A&M, beating the vaunted SEC. Follow up against the vaunted Big Ten. And now we're 2-0, looking to play Mississippi this week. A lot of surprise to a lot of people. I know a lot of people wanted Georgia, wanted Carson Beck to play his old team, but in a way, I'm kind of happy they're not, because now it's not going to be all on Carson. Before, I thought it would be all on Carson. How's Carson going to do against Georgia? Is Carson going to be the guy? Did they pick the right guy? Did they pick the wrong guy at Georgia? I think this way, Carson can just focus on what he does best and just being making throws when he has to, if it's called a game manager, whatever it is. I just know Carson wants a national championship, and the Canes are 2 down and 2 away. And I'm excited. The store has been phenomenally packed all week, and 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually. And thank you to everybody that's come out. Remember, we're sponsored by CanesWear, The Spot, South Florida, Miami Fan Shop. We've got all your Cotton Bowl Champs gear. We got Cotton Bowl Champs hat today. We got the playoff shirt still. We're selling flags. We're selling banners. We're selling decals. It's great. So, you can see I'm wound up, Gio. I am so wound up for these Miami Hurricanes. And, of course, Gio, FTSN, Bobby and the crew do a great job. Please follow, like, and subscribe. And before I run totally out of breath and I need some oxygen here on the sideline, without further ado, the one and the only, my superstar co-host, Gio!
Yeah, it's very surreal feeling right now. Miami's in the semifinal. They're going to play Ole Miss this Thursday. I like the matchup for Miami personally. I'll get into a bit of that as well, but just for the most part, I know this has been a long time coming for a lot of Hurricane fans. Who would have imagined that in early November that Miami would be in this position that they are in right now? I'm sure not many people believed in that in early November, but you know what? They stuck it together. They dug in, and they've pulled out their best over the last 2+ months now. It's an incredible run that they've gone on. I already said before, I love the matchup with Ole Miss. I've said before, too, I think that I've said multiple times that I believe that Ohio State was the toughest team remaining on Miami's side of the bracket. We'll see if that plays out on Thursday.
Well, Gio, was OSU was definitely considered by a lot of people the best team in the country. They're obviously the defending national champions. I did think going into this game that they were not as good as they were last year. And let's face it, if they didn't have number 4, if they didn't have Jeremiah Smith, I think we shut them out this game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so good. I don't know if we just said, hey, we're going to let you catch some balls because you're a homeboy or whatever, and you're from. Because you saw after the game, Gio, they were all hugging him. I'm sure they're all saying the same exact thing. When are you coming to Miami? When are you coming to Miami? When are you coming to Miami? But that would be actually exciting. So we'll see what happens there. I know a lot of people talking about recruiting on X everywhere. We're not doing anything in the portal. Right now, Gio, we need to enjoy this moment. We just beat Texas A&M. We were underdogs, too. Then we almost 10-point underdogs beat Ohio State. Now we're going to play Mississippi. This is what it is about, fans. This is what it's been about. Even if you win, if you win one, if you win back, we never won back-to-back. Every other year, if you make a run like we did in the 80s, where we won 4 times in 8 years, and you make a run like that, it doesn't matter. Every year you get this opportunity. You never know when it's going to be your last. I mean, who would have thought that 2021 when we won, and then 2022 when we got ripped off, we wouldn't be back for this many years. I mean, the playoffs, let alone playoffs. So it's amazing that we're here now. It's been such a long time coming. I know CanesWear has been open for 15 years. I've been a fan for 50 years, but CanesWear has been open for 15 years. And this is the first time that we've had anything like this. I mean, we won a bowl game back in 2016.
Yeah.
But that was the only bowl game we won in the 15 years the store has been open. And it just enjoy this, kids. This is huge. No matter if you're 5 or 50 or 80 or 90. Every day, every game here is just take advantage of it. Watch these Canes, but we may never see a team like this again with this kind of defense.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Brett. Look, it's been an incredible year. I also don't want to damper it a little by saying this, but I want fans to be realistic in a sense, too, that Miami has quite a bit to replace next year. I think there could be some learning curves for new guys that come into the places of guys like Francis Mauanoa, Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor. Those guys have been staples to this team. Yes, you're expected to get back Mark Fletcher back next year. I know fans are always hungry for more, especially when you come off a championship, but it's all about the consistency of the program going forward too. I know many fans have been talking about the portal throughout the week and just saying like, oh, well, we're not doing much in the portal right now, or this or that. Don't get too caught up in that right now. Don't worry about something that still has so much time remaining with it. With the portal being open, and there's still more big names expected to hop in, which, by the way, 2 big names hopped in today that Miami's interested in. So there's anticipation for more big-time players to enter that portal, but just enjoy the moment now. I mean, if you're a Hurricane fan, how long has it been for you since you've seen this team do so well, like this, like what's happening this year? This is a very, very special year.
Totally. Considering where we were, I mean, we started off great like we did last year. Then we had the problem against Louisville. Everybody was very down, same old Canes. Then we come back, I think with Stanford after that, right? We played the first half basically tight, and then we pull away in the second half. Then we lose to SMU. And everybody, including myself and everybody in this program, I am screaming and ranting and going crazy, and Mario this and Mario that, and he better change. And lo and behold, he changed, Gio. He changed. Nobody. I mean, who would have thought? Was that on your bingo card? Mario is going to change. He is going to open up. He's going to say, let's go, Dawson. Let's turn to page 6 and see what's on that page of the playbook. I know it's got cobwebs on it, but let's see what else we got in this playbook besides the gap A and gap B. So Mario changed. He got a little bit more aggressive. We were so down. We took one game at a time, then another game, then another game. It's like, can we make the playoffs? Can we make the playoffs? The Hurricanes are 100-1. The Hurricanes are 150-1. Notre Dame is like guaranteed to make it. Everything was against us. And then on that special day on December 7th, it happens to be my parents' anniversary. and they would have been married 60-something years now, but there was their anniversary, and it was also something else one day, obviously Pearl Harbor. But in that day, December 7th, another great thing happened. The Miami Hurricanes jumped over Notre Dame and became playoff bound. And since then, it has been a whirlwind for Canes fans. It's been amazing.
No, you're absolutely right. Just hold on. I'm having a little difficulty here trying to post something. The stream didn't go up through my account, so just trying to tether it through another.
Worries. So a lot of great stuff going on. I know seems like everybody went to Dallas, and now everybody's going to Arizona. I'm not going to Arizona. I don't think you're going, Gio. But so many people in the store, they're flying out at 6 a.m. They're flying out at 9 a.m. They're flying, 11 a.m. I mean, it's so amazing how many people are making the trips. We had such a giant turnout for the Texas A&M game, even though they only sold 3,500 seats. Then we had a monster. Everyone that went to the Dallas game in Jerry's World thought it was amazing. And then we go into everybody, it seems like a lot of the same people. I mean, God bless that they can go on all these trips. But some people are going for the first time, but it's so exciting. So let's see a show of hands. If you're going to the game, let me see. All right, we got a decent crowd out there right now, Gio. We had the Malachi Tony jerseys in the store. We had white and orange. The white sold very quickly. We've still got some orange left. We're going to get some more for next week. They're wearing white, the Canes, so it's a white out for our side. So everybody's trying to grab white. So if you haven't shopped at CanesWear and you have white, wear white to the stadium. They're asking. I'm just pumped right now just to be part of all this magic. We're going to be getting Mando soon, which is exciting. And I don't know where he is. He just got a gift for a new selfie thing. So he's probably trying to figure it out reading the box.
The selfie god himself.
Yes, I think he's trying to read it in some other language. He's trying to figure out how to get it in the box right now. So
selfie god himself got a new selfie device.
Exactly. He's got some of them.
Dangerous.
He's moving up in the world. Amazing to me, Gio, all the stuff that's going on with the portal right now. Not that we're focused on the portal, but it's just amazing that so many kids are leaving. It just seems like every year more and more and more people go to the portal. It's like, I feel for some of these kids because they're not going to be able to, they may not get on a team, or they're going to have to go back to Division II or whatever. So it's going to be quite interesting. Hoping that this is the last year that it's like this, that it's a free-for-all. Hoping that the college football gods figure something out. Obviously,
all right, we're good now. I got
Gio is back, and Brett can stop ranting.
Yeah, no, I got everything arranged. There's something wrong with tethering it to my account right now, so I just put it out through the CanesWear page itself. But no, look, one other big note of things that came out tonight and between Fiesta Bowl interviews as well. Coach Corey Heatherman shared earlier today that Ahmad Moten is expected to play on Thursday, which is huge. He's been a tremendous player for Miami this year. Everyone saw the flashes in him last season, and then this year just becoming even more consistent, and especially even in the playoffs, like between the Texas A&M game and Ohio State, he was dominant. And a blessing in itself too that there's a very good chance that he's returning for another season as well, which is absolutely massive.
Gigantic.
Next year, as long as that sticks through, and potentially getting back Markel Bell and Mark Fletcher. I know I mentioned the guys that are going to leave, but you still get some key pieces back. So the other thing aside from that, it was also mentioned tonight in the injury report, the official injury report released for the Fiesta Bowl, that OJ Frederick is expected to play. The coaches confirmed that today. Coach Corey Heatherman himself said that. And Damari Brown, there's a possibility he can play too against Ole Miss on Thursday, which I think is very key, getting those guys back for the secondary, considering that Ole Miss, they have 5 receivers that have over 500 receiving yards this year. And their 6th guy in the receiver rotation, he has like over 300 yards, and he's a freshman himself. So they have a pretty deep wide receiver room. I wouldn't say there's like a lot of top-end talent, at least within their group that they have this year, but they have very capable guys in that passing game.
A lot of people feel the quarterback, Similar to Cam Ward, who was pretty much not recruited, correct?
Yeah, Trinidad Chambliss.
Yes, a lot of people compare him to Cam Ward. He has that kind of quick release. He's got that. He may run a little more than Cam Ward, though.
I don't think he's as good as Cam Ward. I'm not trying to take anything away from Trinidad Chambliss, but Cam Ward was much more accurate to really not trying to peg down this kid because Trinidad played the game of his life against Georgia. I mean, Georgia was bringing the heat on defense, maybe a little too aggressive, and some terrible calls that they had late in the game, just over pursuing things more than they should have. They should have kept things more in front of them, but on defense. However, the thing with Trinidad, he's played against 3 other ranked teams this year, all 3 games under 60% completion rate. So I don't think he's seen a defense like Miami's.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I mean, you can play when the competition's not as good, and you haven't seen it. Georgia's defense, against Alabama was they were sacking the Bama Simpson like crazy, but then it seems like everybody's doing that. Mississippi, I don't think has played anyone like us, but I don't think it's a knock on him to say he's not Cam Ward. Cam Ward was the number 1 pick in the draft. He did, it should take Cam a little while to get over there. I don't think it's a knock to put it on him. They compare usually to someone you're playing, but they say that team is a little like Miami last year also. A great offense, but not that great of a defense.
Yeah. Ole Miss, they have some questions in their back 7 of the defense, especially their secondary. I think this is a game where Miami can attack vertically in the passing game. I have even questions. Sorry, I have so many notifications coming through right now. I have even questions about Ole Miss up front. Like, I think their defensive tackles are great. I think Suntarine Perkins is one of the better linebackers in the SEC as well. However, they've had trouble stopping the run. Like, even in terms of yards after contact, I believe this was Greg McElroy who mentioned this today, that Ole Miss, out of all the playoff teams this year, they allow the most amount of rushing yards on average before contact.
Oh, wow.
Mark Fletcher in the playoffs right now is averaging 7 yards per carry. And then after contact, I believe he's at 3.7 or 3.8 right now. He's getting almost 4 yards extra after contact. I know that doesn't sound like much to people, but in the game of football, every yard matters.
That's a lot. So, yeah, I saw something they give up at 167 yards a game.
Yeah, they have. Ole Miss's run defense is not too hot.
Yeah, I just hope that, that it's not like we go back to the pounding the ball. I know we've done a lot of that. Okay, we've been going up a little bit more. Maybe they're working on Fletcher to break when he may run up the A or run up the B, and then he goes to the outside. I just want to see some more. I know we saw Pringle for a little bit in the game. What do you have? A few carries. I was very surprised, like a lot of people, to see Brown carrying that ball that last drive. I mean, that first run he had, that was like 11 or 12 yards, and then they just kept him in. He obviously was the most rested guy. But were you surprised to see Brown?
When I think about that, though, like with Marty Brown, game-winning touchdown, and how he came in on that last drive, the mental fortitude there as well, like to just staying mentally strong like that, like because he had a much larger role at the beginning of the season, and Jordan Lyle went down with his injury in the first game, missed several games. He's missed even more games towards the end of the year. Gerard Pringle emerging when Mark Fletcher was hurt. The depth of that room is so impressive when you consider the fact that Jordan Lyle did have a really good offseason. He really did. It didn't transpire to the field this year. You hope he sticks around. Maybe it can happen next year. However, to see what Mark Fletcher has done, and despite the injury that he had in the middle of the season, to see the flashes that Gerard Pringle has shown, to see what Shamar Brown has done, like even the Notre Dame game, he was so key in that, or against Florida as well. Key pivotal games that Miami had this season. And then his role is not as significant as it was, but to stay focused and still get the task done, I think it's impressive. And I think it speaks much to the character that they're bringing in the building too, that not all these guys are just about themselves. Like you see Mark Fletcher talking about it today as well, like just like the mentality of this team.
No doubt about it. And that's Mario and the coaches. We can say a lot about Mario and the coaches at different times of the season when we're not happy, but that's bringing this team. It's the brotherhood. It's the teamwork. Like Fletcher, like, I don't think his stock may never be higher to go to the NFL, but he wants to be around here. He wants to be around this feeling that you won't get in the NFL. You're not going to get this team spirit in the NFL.
I'll be honest with you, Brett. I would have nothing against Mark Fletcher at all if he decided to change his mind and actually declare. That's not his plans. He said he's coming back. But if he changed his mind, I would have nothing against it, considering how he's played in the playoffs. He's the best running back in the playoffs. Like, I know Kwan Lacey has had a tremendous season. He even had like a 200-plus yard rushing game this year. However, the best back in the playoffs this year, it's been Mark Fletcher.
And the way he's been blocking, he's been knocking people down. His blocking is amazing. Unheralded. I saw some highlights where 4th down play that Beckett hit Tony. I mean, and the pass out of the backfield, which was a great play that they called, the touchdown. So I just think that Fletcher has definitely been playing great. Well, the other thing, where would he be drafted? Would he be drafted in the 5th or 6th round, even as well as he's playing?
Well, considering how he's playing now, I'll be honest with you. To me, it seems like, I don't know if this is just sudden. I don't think it's such a coincidence either, but I feel like his vision has improved too. Yes. I know there was some concerns about that early on throughout his career, and he's just gradually continued to improve year over year. And I think people forget too that he never had 2 full off seasons until coming into this year. His freshman year, he arrived in fall. And then his sophomore year, he missed the entire spring and majority of fall. There was even questions going into the game at Gainesville last year if he was even going to play to start the season. And luckily, just great genetics, honestly, that he was able to come back in time from the Lisfranc injury. So just I could have so many good things to say about Mark Fletcher. And actually, as a matter of fact, I had the chance to get to know his dad decently well when Mark was coming out of high school, playing for American Heritage and Plantation. Knew Mark very well too. Still have seen him to this day with the team. Just my heart goes out to them and the family as well. Especially his dad. His dad was a really, really nice man. I remember having a very lengthy conversation with him after Mark signed with Miami, and just the revelation too that that Mark, growing up, like his dream was to play for Miami, and he ended up following through with that dream. And it just crazy in itself too, like the whole story behind it, because he was initially committed to Ohio State. I think people forget that. He wasn't a take for Miami at first too. It's just crazy how things play out. But here we are. He's the Miami Hurricanes running back. He's been the star of the show in the playoffs, aside from that nasty defense. But yeah, just there's not enough good things that I could say.
No, he is a great kid. Both his parents, his mom and his dad. His dad would always give me a hug, and dad would call. He'd treat you like he knew you forever. Just an amazing man. Big Mark was, and just an amazing person. Always in a good mood. The whole family is amazing. So we're glad to have him back. But you're right. I would not have a problem, or I totally understand if he decided, you know what, I won the championship. You can't go up from here. You can't win back-to-back championships, which has never been done in Canes history, which would be kind of neat. But let's win this one first, Gio. All right, we're going to go over some questions. Mando hasn't chimed in yet?
No, not yet. I think he'll be in here soon, though. By the way, I wanted to give a shout-out to everyone who stopped by tonight. We're about 20 minutes into this. Almost 1,500 people stopping by late night. Thank you for the late night crew stopping by and showing love and support. It's fun times around the University of Miami right now.
It is totally fun. And, the thing about CanesWear as well is that everyone's always in a good mood. Now it is just such jubilation, excitement, and energy in the store. I mean, it always is. It's always positive. But now it's like This is what we've been waiting for. People that have not seen this, like so many people taking their families that are lucky enough to go to the games and taking their families to all the games. My kids never saw this. My kids are, they're 15, 18, 20 years old. They, even a 25, 26-year-old only would have been a few years old at that time. So it's amazing what is going on. It just didn't, we've been thinking this could happen, but it just didn't seem like it was going to happen. Not that we've won anything, but we're in the Final Four, and we're getting closer. And we have the chance to play in our own stadium, which, by the way, 3 national championships have been won at home for Miami. We did win 83 against Nebraska. I think we won, was it 87? We beat Oklahoma in another one, and we beat Nebraska in another one. So three of the first 4 championships were won in the Orange Bowl. Yep. So winning at home is nothing new to us.
No, absolutely not. Just obviously the elephant in the room is 0-4 in the Fiesta Bowl all time.
That's a scary thing.
But you know what? Miami has been bucking a lot of trends in the postseason this year. They said Miami couldn't play in front of 100,000 people.
You're right.
They said, no, Ohio State's going to kill Miami. They're going to send Miami back to the abyss. They'll never recover again for the second time. That didn't happen either. I have a lot of belief in this Miami team. Actually, I'll share with you this. I'm not going to say this person by name. There's a staffer at Miami because Miami fans in general tend to go a little crazy during the summer months with recruiting stuff, and when the kids start making their commitments in June, July, and August, even though things can still change once you get to December with early signing day. However, there was a lot of anger at the time because there was a couple of misses and fans overreacting a little, even though Miami still finished with a top 10 class, actually not even possibly their best recruiting class in the Mario Cristobal era, from top to bottom when you consider the talent, like the star ratio of that entire class. However, there was a coach who shared this with quite a few Hurricane fans. It was even shared into my inbox as well, even though I try to stay neutral. I don't try to go too far off on one end or the other when I discuss these things. But he shared with me, he said this very confidently as well. He said, Miami will still be playing in January when Georgia and Texas are on the plane back home. And I know there's several Hurricane fans that probably received that very same message. And if you go back to the beginning of November, man, it would have been very hard to believe that at the time, but there was no lies told. There was no lies told. Georgia and Texas are sitting at home watching the playoffs. Miami's in the Final Four. They have a great shot to make it to the national championship in their backyard. It's been more than a successful season. I think this is more than what anyone could have asked for this year, considering all the circumstances, the drama to the end with the playoff rankings. I mean, it's a storybook season. The bracket, the gauntlet they've gone through, Texas A&M on the road, 100,000, Ohio State in the storylines, and Ohio State fans talking trash, saying, we're going to send you back to the abyss. And then now the SEC, which Miami has done really well against SEC teams since Mario Cristobal has arrived. And then on the other side of the bracket, you got either Indiana with the hometown boy and Fernando Mendoza, or Mario Cristobal's old team, the Oregon Ducks. Either one of those two teams would be the one in the national championship against Miami if Miami wins Thursday night. So it's been a tremendous season, just top to bottom. I don't see how any Miami fan could complain. And you know what? If you're complaining about the transfer portal right now, you're worrying about the wrong thing. Focus on this moment right now. And visits are going to pick back up when the team arrives back home on Friday.
We're in the Final Four. People are going to want to play for Miami more than ever. I mean, we're going to have to turn a lot of people away, in my opinion.
They already have been the past year.
So we're going to be turning a lot of people away. But you're right. It's been an amazing. You're right. We're playing. It's like the old days. We're playing, and Alabama's not playing. They're done. Georgia's sitting on the sideline. Oklahoma, Texas. All these teams. I mean, if we're 2-0 against the SEC right now. Is that correct? We beat Florida and Texas A&M. Anyone else?
Florida, Texas A&M. Well, Texas A&M twice, and then back in 2022 was the.
No, I mean this year we beat Texas A&M.
Oh, this year, yeah, this year it's Florida and Texas A&M.
Florida, Texas A&M. So we can go 3-0 if we can win this game. So let's win this game, and I think all of college football should be hoping that the mighty SEC goes down.
So before we get into some questions, I've seen some questions pop up about like what do I think of the matchup and where Miami can take advantage against Ole Miss. So I'll hit on a few points and then we'll jump into questions because I've seen a whole bunch of questions roll through. So in terms of how I think Miami should attack Ole Miss offensively, obviously, things could change. Teams change up their game plan and whatnot. But from what I've seen on the tape, yes, the running game is obviously going to be very important. Miami can find success through there. Ole Miss has not been very good against the run. However, I think Miami can challenge them vertically and deep with their wide receivers. I think this is a game that Malachi Toney could break loose. I know many people have said comments like, Malachi Toney hasn't had the biggest impact yet. A lot of that is teams bracketing him with defensive backs. I don't think Ole Miss is going to be able to do that against Toney in this game. Just my opinion. I think Miami needs to win out on the perimeter as well. Ole Miss they have two stout interior defensive linemen. However, I think Miami can win out on the perimeter if the running backs with vision can find the hole off tackle. I think Miami could have a lot of success in this game. And I think Carson Beck is going to continue playing his best ball. It doesn't have to be 300 yards. It could be 150 or 200 yards, but as long as he is efficient, that he's completing passes and moving the chains and converting in the red zone, that's more than enough to continue advancing and surviving. So that offensively. Defensively, though, I know many people are going to say, well, Miami's got Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, just pin the ears back and get after Ole Miss. Easier said than done because of Trinidad Chambliss' legs. I'm not going to hop on the wagon of saying that I'm scared of Trinidad Chambliss. I think Miami has faced a couple better quarterbacks this year. He did have the game of his life against Georgia. Can lightning strike twice? I don't think it's going to.
Usually doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to have the game of his life 2 games back to back, and he hasn't played a defense like Miami's this year. He has not. Look at who Ole Miss has played this year. I'm not taking them down a peg or anything. I'm just saying, look at the teams they've played. They have not played a defense like Miami's. I think Miami has the secondary to absolutely match up and run with these Ole Miss receivers. They're going to throw a bunch of different guys at them. I think Miami has the dogs for this game. I know it's 2 different styles. Before I get into like the styles of each team, defensively though, I think Miami's defensive ends, you need to play contain very well. You need your interior D-line to be the ones to create that pressure and collapse the pocket. I don't think Bain and Mesidor can be pinning their ears back the entire night. Just my opinion from watching the tape. And then obviously you need guys like Mohamed Toure and Wesley Bassane, Jacoby Thomas, Keontae Scott to set the tone against Kawan Lacey. If you can make Ole Miss one-dimensional, and Miami, in my opinion, they have the best run defense in the country. If you can make Ole Miss one-dimensional and you can contain Kawan Lacey, I think it'll be a long night for the Ole Miss Rebels. And the last thing I'll say about the styles of the 2 teams, yes, Ole Miss, they run a lot of up-tempo. However, they only average about 6 or 7 plays more per game than Miami, despite that up-tempo offense. So I don't think this is going to be so much just a ground and pound or leather helmet football, as we say, type of game plan. I think you're going to see a healthy dose of the pass game, especially downfield against Ole Miss. I'll share my score prediction later, but if you're wondering, I do have Miami winning this game.
I hope so. So how would you compare this? Like last week when we played Ohio State, obviously he was not that much of a running quarterback. But when we played Marcel Reed the week before, we knew he was.
Miami's played several dual threat quarterbacks.
Correct, yeah.
Marcel Reed,
Reed, we played
DJ Lagway, Byron Brown, CJ Carr was pretty mobile himself.
CJ Carr, Florida State quarterback, Tommy.
The only one Miami didn't beat, it was Kevin Jennings. And look, I know the offense wasn't the best that day, and neither was the defense. However, Miami got screwed against SMU.
Totally, that was as big as a screw. But it could be the reason why we're here, Gio. If we don't,
it changed a lot.
I don't think we're here. I
think that game had to happen for Miami to be here.
We always hoped, we say sometimes a loss is good. That turned out to be a good loss because we have been in the playoffs ever since that game. We have been on single elimination. We had to show it well. We had to look good. We had, it was all about performance and how we looked and and also the score. But we've done very well against running threats, dual threat quarterbacks. But they come on the outside, and they're not used to that. These quarterbacks. Do you think? How do you compare Chambliss versus, let's say, a Marcel Reed?
I think Chambliss is the better passer of the two. I think Reed is more mobile from what I've seen. I've watched plenty on both because Miami had to match up with these two teams in the postseason. I think actually Reed had the better offensive line of these two guys, to be honest. Like I watched the tape of Georgia and Ole Miss. Georgia's defensive line, they were bullying Ole Miss's offensive line. Like I don't know what went through Kirby Smart's mind in that fourth quarter. They threw away that game. I'm being honest. Georgia threw away that game.
Totally.
All they had to do was keep the foot on the gas. There was no need to be putting the ball in the air. They still did it anyways. Georgia blew that game. I'm just being honest. People are going to say, oh, you're hating on Ole Miss, whatever. I think Ole Miss is a good team. I just think Georgia blew it. I think that Miami's already played the toughest team on their side of the bracket, aside from whoever could be in the national championship if Miami goes there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. We'll see. But
Texas was considered the best team for a while there in the SEC.
Yes.
Obviously, Ohio State was considered the best team in the country. Obviously, they lost to Indiana. But Mississippi, I keep on calling them Mississippi State. How much do you think the coaching? Now, they got away with it in the first game, the coaching. Do you think there could be now? They got it out of their system. They won. Do you think there could be? They obviously want to win to prove Lane wrong. They want that more than anything. And I can see they're thinking and dreaming. The headline is they won without Lane. They won without Lane. It wasn't Lane. So they want to win for that.
I think they're a very motivated and driven team. Like, even despite all the Lane Kiffin stuff, for them to get this far, it's very impressive in itself. And again, I said that Georgia blew that game, but credit does go to Ole Miss that they won. They found a will. They found a way. They got it done. However, I think there's many questions that come up that, aside from the Lane Kiffin stuff, their offensive coordinator, he's interviewing for NFL positions. He's technically signed to go to LSU. He was at LSU this week dealing with transfer portal stuff and transitional stuff from going to Ole Miss to LSU, and now he's back for the game. And then, again, tonight at the Fiesta Bowl interviews, he was a no-show. Charlie Weiss Jr. was a no-show for his interview session.
Wow.
So,
he's on loan, right? He's just on loan.
Yeah, he's basically on loan. He's been with all these travel miles and everything. To me, I look at it like this. You only have so much time. Like yes, these coaches, they work crazy hours. I know a couple people actually personally that either work at Miami that I knew before they started working for UM or at other programs around the country. And the amount of hours these guys have to put in, it's insane. So just in itself, think of being a coordinator and having to game plan and everything that comes with it. I have a hard time believing that the entire focus has just been on game planning. I can't see it, considering that you only have so much time in a day.
No, I definitely agree on that, and I think that that's why we have a full-time staff. We have everybody there. So we have not only the staff, we have all the players that have been saying it, the former players on the sidelines have been helping. So it's like, I think just everything is setting up for us now to have every opportunity in the world to win this game. And speaking of opportunities, right before, we've been waiting for the questions, but we said we cannot do it without the Mando man himself, who's in there in his who's that a Maniac shirt you got on today, Mando?
Yeah, I got it at some store. I don't know. You might know whose store it is.
I've heard that. Mando the Maniac is his nickname for the day. How are we doing, Mando? Welcome. Mando went to Dallas. Yeah. I'm sure 1,000 or 2,000 people heard about it. So, Mando, welcome to the show.
Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Having a little trouble putting one of my 14 kids to sleep. But yeah, Dallas was. I've been hearing the show, jumping on, and yeah, Dallas was crazy. And I know Miami fans get a lot of flack about maybe at times not going to the local games here, but I think Mario mentioned it. The first thing he said in the post-game press conference was, thanks to everybody. It was loud. Like they were, and I hope in Phoenix or in Glendale, I'm sorry, in Arizona, it's the same. Like I heard you guys say there's a lot of flights going out tomorrow morning at 6, 8, and 11. And if it's anything like Dallas, they're going to have a good support, because Dallas was pretty crazy with Canes fans. It was pretty rowdy.
Absolutely. That was a last-second trip for you, wasn't it? You just decided at the last moment to go?
Yeah, I don't fly much, and let me tell you, I did layovers like in Atlanta both ways, and it took about a day or two to recover on the when I got back. I'm not a flying type, and I mad respect to anybody that does that for a living, like business-wise or leisure. It wears you out. Let me tell you. It's crazy, but it was well worth it, man. It was a trip. It's cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Mando, I don't blame you, as someone himself that did quite some traveling a couple of years back.
Oh,
yeah, it's a lot.
I'll recommend it, and I had no idea. I booked the last minute online. No, I respect you for that. Like a direct flight was like way too much, and it was like more than 1,000. It was crazy. So I had layovers in Atlanta each way, not knowing that it's the biggest airport in the world, probably. Yes. So when you get there, like just to make your next flight, you got to hop on a tram or like a trolley or something. And I actually missed my connecting flight on the way back home. I had to wait about 2 hours. So because the flight landed, and then you had to circle all the way around the airport, and I just couldn't. I missed it. But yeah.
It's always a lot better after a win, though.
Oh no, after the win, it was beautiful. But yeah, I heard you guys breaking down the game. It's good to hear that Gio's confident, and the last couple of days I've been getting more and more confident. Obviously, seeing him tear up Georgia like that was an eye opener. But I mean, this isn't. I was telling here, my wife's right over here, but I was telling her a little while ago that I don't think I'm overstating it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity right now. You got a chance to win one football game. To play, well, we'd be the away team, but we have a chance to win one football game to play right over there at Hard Rock Stadium for a national title. Like, that's not going to happen probably in our lifetime ever. It's going to be very difficult. It's very difficult to get to this spot, let alone have it here. So you got to take advantage of this opportunity.
It's destiny, Mando. Speak it into existence.
I feel like it is. I mean, it's kind of interesting, because if it was Georgia, I think we're still a slight underdog. We're still in the underdog role. Now it's kind of interesting because now it's flipped. We're about a 3.5 point favorite. I just hope we don't fall into the we beat Ohio State, we're in. I don't think, because some fans were like that. Oh, we're in the Natty immediately. Exactly. That's not how it works. They send a 4 out of 7, 3 out of 5. Ole Miss can come out. We fumble one ball, and they can return one kickoff, and the whole thing
12 and 1. It's not like this is a bad team. They're 12 and 1.
Yeah, everybody at this point, if you hit a national semi, it ain't a fluke. I don't care if you're the biggest Miami hater, Ole Miss hater. So, do I think Miami's going to win? Absolutely. But granted, it will not be easy. We'll see.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to some questions.
Hold on. I will say though, Mando, did you see Ruben Bain's halftime speech?
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, he said that.
Talk about ghosts of the Orange Bowl's past. Like that's like
Ed
wow.
Reed.
Yeah, and not to overhype it because I was there, because it comes. I'm gonna watch the game here at home on Thursday, and it comes across different when you're there. Even Ohio State had been there, and if kind of even in the hotel in the morning, they were quiet. Like their fans were quiet. At the stadium, relatively, they were quiet until they got down 14-0 because they've been there before. For the UM side, you could tell, even though we won 20 years ago, all this is fresh and new, and there's a lot of that going on right now. Like us talking right now, like guys that are 25, 30 years old, this is new. We've experienced it, like Gio, Brett, but somebody who's 25, 30 years, that was big, I think, in Dallas, that a lot of Miami fans were there that have never experienced this before, and that's what's pushing them. And all the players are saying it, like, this is a team of brotherhood, the fan support, and there's something special going on with this group, I'm telling you.
I'll put it to you this way. I was 10 years old the last time Miami won a national championship. I barely remember it, like, in real time. Like, obviously, I've rewatched it plenty of times. Barely remember it in real time. But, I mean, this is beyond 2017. This is beyond Hard Rock. Like, this is different levels now.
No, I think I had tweeted it a couple of days ago that anybody, man, granted, I fully understand after the holidays it's tough and flights are crazy expensive to Arizona. I can't really go because I got the kids in school, the wife working. But if you're even like, and you can afford it and you can go, I'm telling you, like, I'm not even overhyping it. What I experienced last week is the best game I've ever been to in my life in any sport. It was that, like, granted, that stadium too, like AT&T Stadium, what Jerry Jones built there is just, if you ever get to watch a game there, it's absolutely insane, that stadium. But whoever's going this Thursday is going to have a trip because there's a lot on the line this Thursday in Arizona. And you can break you mentioned I was 10 years old. Fiesta Bowl, we lost 14-10. We were much better than Penn State. Vinny threw 4 picks, unfortunately. I remember that like it was yesterday. That one hurt bad. Like that one, Brett can talk about that game. That one was a rough one. So,
no, that was definitely good.
We beat the Ohio State Demon. This is a big one. We don't have a good history in the Fiesta Bowl. I don't believe in looking back at the past, but this team can do it. Win one game, man. That's all we got to do.
Yeah, none of these kids were pretty much born when that last Fiesta Bowl happened. So we've not done we have 86. We lost the Fiesta Bowl with the fatigues, and then the Ohio State.
Before you get to the questions, I do want to say I know Gio talked about it. I don't know if you guys brought it up. I will say it does. I know everybody's talking about the LSU and the coaching, but it does feel like watching, because I watched that whole Ole Miss game against Georgia. They're playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder because the coach left and all that. Yeah. So they're motivated. I believe in that. They are definitely motivated to prove that, you know what? It wasn't just, maybe they don't hate Lane or whatever, but they're out to prove that, we can do this. So they're highly motivated themselves, just as Miami is. So it's going to be a really good game.
I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but a lot of times when teams like that, they obviously they lost their coach. They gave it all. They came out and played the perfect game against Georgia. I mean, there could be a letdown for them this game. I mean, I'm not super confident in this game, despite the fact that I think the Canes are going to score a lot of points and not give up many. But I'm not super confident in this game. I know that's like an oxymoron. But I just don't, but because we're so close. It's like if we weren't this close, it's like I really thought we'd blow out Texas A&M. We didn't blow them out, but I thought we manhandled them.
I never thought we'd blow out A&M.
I thought we'd beat Ohio State with no problem, which we did in some respects. I mean, the game got a little scary there in the fourth quarter. This game I'm a little more nervous about, even though I do think when I think about it, I think we're going to shut them down and we're going to score a lot of points on them. Finally going to get that 41 up.
I think this is the game where you see sort of like when FSU tried to sell out against against the run against us.
Correct.
I think you're going to see Carson Beck have opportunities to make big plays down the field in this game. And I think this is a moment where he's going to step up. And
a great point.
I think you're going to see him chuck it down a lot more in the last couple of games. I'll say that.
Yeah, that definitely could be. And it no matter how it happens. And yeah, I still got to give Carson Beck a lot of credit because in the game at halftime against Texas A&M, he proved right then when he said, we need to go ahead and run the ball up the middle. We're not going to.
Well, I heard what Gio said, and I did see what McElroy said. So, yes, Ole Miss, they give up it's a 1.5 yards before a runner's even touched. And then another 5.5 or 6
wow.
is what Fletcher's averaging. So, at worst, he's getting 5-6 yards a pop. So, like Gio said, every yard counts. So, yeah, I think.
Maybe we'll see a couple to the house of Pringle and Fletcher. And, maybe – I'd like to see against a team like this. I think Pringle will really work well because I think with his speed and everything like that, and he does not go down easy, even though he's a little smaller than Fletcher and Brown. But I think he can break some against this team.
Absolutely,
I totally agree. Yeah.
Let's go into some questions here. Streamverse AI, go Canes! Thank you for stopping by, Streamverse. H from X. What up, Gio and Brett? Thank you for stopping by, H. Flava. Let's go. What's up, Gio? Thank you for stopping by, Flava. The dude 3056. Damon Williams hit the portal. Do not contact. Mario sliding. Yeah, so there is some interest there. Just not sure at this time if it's mutual, though. Let's see. Streamverse AI. OSU fans are porpoise asses.
Porpoise asses.
I don't know if I've heard that term like that.
That was by a friend of mine who this is, and back in the San Diego Charger Miami Dolphin game, which was the Kellen Winslow game.
I don't know if I've heard the term porpoise ass.
Porpoise ass.
I've never heard porpoise.
Streamverse invented porpoise ass at a Dolphin game back in the Dolphin San Diego Kellen Winslow game.
Oh my God!
Battling another fan.
Porpoise. Let me write that one down. Porpoise ass.
Porpoise ass. I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that in my life.
Speaking of that, you guys were 10 years old when the Hurricanes last won. You were 10 years old, Gio, 10 years old, Mando, when we lost.
Fiesta Bowl. Yeah, Penn State.
I was 10 years old when the Dolphins won their last championship.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you know what? And we got number 10, baby Jesus, on the team, Malachi Tony.
That's right.
It's all coming together.
Great point. 10. We got it, baby.
Some people are saying that this is the game that he really breaks out. What do you think, Gio?
I said that earlier, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Ole Miss is going to be able to bracket him. Let's see. The kid Javi. Any update on Adidas playoff gear, Brett?
Well, the playoff gear we have playoff shirts from the Cotton Bowl. We have playoff hats, Cotton Bowl champs. There's some other playoff gear coming. Obviously, a lot of other playoff gear if we win. But yeah, there is more stuff coming in. But we are getting the shirts and the hats, and there may be some other outfits as well.
Canes Cats Heat. Thank you for always stopping by. Miami Mando.
My fan club member.
There it is, Mando.
That's my guy.
Send them many.
Giovanni Foster, OJ, and Damari are back. Yes, you are correct. I mentioned that at the start of the show.
That's
Injury
big
report
news.
came out tonight. Coach Heatherman confirmed a few things too. That Moten's going to play, OJ's going to play, and there's a good chance that Damari Brown could play. Perfect timing when you're going against a team with wide receivers Ole Miss has.
If Ole Miss is going to beat us, they're going to have earned it because we are bringing the full fire on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you this, Mando. At this point, anyone who even has any type of minor injury, like how far Miami is into the playoff, shoot them up with whatever painkillers you got to give them. It's go time.
Yeah. That's it, bro. We can't overstate this, guys. You're one game from a national championship in Miami. Like, when is that ever going to happen? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You win this, you get 11 days off, too.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, January 19th, I think, Monday.
Well, not exactly 11 days because they'll have practice and everything in between.
Yeah, but a long break. A nice break. Well-deserved.
Canes Cats Heat. That interception by Keontae Scott was the greatest moment of my Canes life. It is tied with the Bandy interception.
No,
I think
this
it's
one
above the
tops
Bandy
it,
interception.
of course. Everything on the line? Are you kidding? Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this game had it all on the line. And that interception that he just sprinted. I mean, you've seen so many different takes and highlights. The way he's supposed to go one way around Smith, but instead he goes to the inside, and he just goes straight for the. He's not even looking at the quarterback. He's not looking at the guy. He just goes like he's getting a lead pass. It was amazing.
Well, I wanted to ask Gio, that had to be film study, right? Because if you look at the replay, which we've all watched it 400 times, immediately when he comes around Jeremiah, you see Smith like, oh shit, he knows it, and Smith starts chasing him immediately. Like Smith knew that he knew exactly what was going on.
That's absolutely film study. The way he timed it and everything, it was beautiful, and how he jumped in front of it, and like I think what was more rich about it too for Miami fans was that you see Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Inniss looking at him like, wait a minute, that just happened?
Yeah, because I'm sure you guys have seen it. You watch the replay, the minute Keontae comes around Jeremiah, forget about when he caught the ball. Jeremiah's already running towards him because you could tell he knew the play. He's like, oh no, like he starts chasing him, like, oh shit.
In previous years, Bain knocks that ball away and costs us the interception. In previous years, something like that happens that because Bain just missed deflecting the pass. But that's the difference between great teams and good teams. They make plays.
Well, injuries, like Gio spoke on injuries. Imagine if we wouldn't have had Keontae in this playoff run. So against A&M, A&M's driving, granted, very early in the game. A&M's driving. It's like a 0-0 game or whatever it was. Strip, sack, fumble on Marcel Reed, right? In our territory. They could have gotten a field goal. The way the game ended up, who knows? Then this game, we're up. Jeremiah catches that deep pass, right? Am I wrong? He catches that deep pass. We're up 7-0. They're at about the 30, 25-yard line. And right there, I mean, it's early in the game, but 14-0. That totally changed the game. Like,
totally.
Two massive plays by that guy. Like, monster player. Like, what a star.
He is a monster player. He is, he's going to be drafted high. That's for sure.
Yeah, you know what? Credit to him, too. I said it during the game that he was robbed of the Jim Thorpe Award. Funny enough, his celebration on that pick six was the pose of the Jim.
I didn't know that until, like, after the game I saw, like, tweets about it. I had no idea.
That's awesome.
I see him go like this. I'm like, what's he doing?
No, that's absolutely awesome. He was robbed of that award.
Oh, totally.
Well, he wasn't even a finalist, right? Am I wrong? He wasn't.
He was a semi-finalist, and then they didn't put him down as one of the three finalists, which was surprising considering how well he was playing at All-American level. Juan Manuel Ventura, one of our favorites every week. He said, well, the men have come back from the mothership, UFO after abduction.
What?
Giovanni Foster. Ole Miss played both Tulane and Georgia in the regular season, so they already had an idea in the playoffs for those teams. Absolutely correct. They did play those two teams.
That is true.
This is their first time playing Miami. Absolutely correct. And you know what? I believe Shannon Dawson was questioned about that today. I forget his response now. There's just so many things that went on today, but they had asked him about that, and it was something along the lines that, it's a little difficult to decipher whether it was, just game planning or change up from the previous time they played those teams, or if it's just, just different coaches and stuff. Just they kind of asked him that question. Rich Millennial, good evening, gentlemen. So excited for the game on Thursday, but also appreciating where my feet are at and grateful for the journey since the SMU.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is so right.
That's actually very well said. Well said.
Brett and I, we went on a whole tangent about that, about the process from SMU on. I mentioned a certain message I got before the season from someone at Miami saying that, when there's all this discourse in the summer about recruiting commitments and whatnot and missing on a couple guys, I had a coach send me this message and several others where he said, Miami will still be playing in January and Georgia and Texas will be on the plane back home. And you know what? You go back to early November, you probably think to yourself, man, like, how could I even believe that? And you come back to now, no lies told.
No, it was a program-changing loss, is what to me going not just for this season. I think going forward overall, I think the SMU game was a program-changing loss.
Yes,
in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, I think they self-scouted themselves afterwards and probably realized like, hey, we got to change this and that, and maybe our approach wasn't the right way. I'll be honest. I don't think it's that their approach wasn't the right way. I think you asked me personally. I think Miami needs to play the ACC differently than they do some of these other big opponents. I think the styles are very different.
Correct. Well, we raise up to the game, and Louisville, he just outcoached us, even though we played a bad game with the interceptions, and I think it wasn't a good coaching performance at SMU. The refs did not give us any breaks. They took plays away. Everything that could have gone wrong, and both of those games did. And we one game went to overtime, and one game we lost by 3 points. So really, it's like not either one of those. We weren't blown out in those games. We had a chance to win those games with the last drive. So neither one of those games is like we got blown out. And also another thing is we have not trailed, I'm pretty sure, in the playoffs, right? We haven't trailed.
Crazy.
We haven't trailed. When's the last time we trailed the game? SMU?
I think so, yeah. Pretty much, right? Has to be.
We didn't trail Notre Dame. We didn't trail
No,
Florida.
Miami hasn't trailed since SMU. No, I think about it.
We have not trailed in many games this year, but since SMU, since that playoff run started, when we beat all those teams, we won the 4 games and the 2 games here. We're on a 6-game winning streak.
All I know is if I see one more plus 10,000 Miami national title slip online, I'm going to be pissed because I didn't jump on that. So mad.
The 10,000 was 100 to 1.
Yeah, there's some slips out there. Like somebody's going to get nice paid.
It's 10,000 is 100 to 1. Exactly.
Raymond Rodriguez, what's the word on new merchandise before football season ends?
We are getting merchandise every day. Just ask Jeff. There's boxes everywhere. Of course, the biggest thing we're getting is college playoff stuff right now. We just got the new, the most beautiful 5-time national championship jacket just came in. It's got 2 patches on one side, 3 on the other one. So it'll be perfect for someone adding the 6th patch if we win it. But it's a 5-time championship. We've got obviously tons of shirts, tons of hats coming in, lots of good stuff. So we are loaded. We're blessed that some crazy guy orders for a national championship every year. Just happens we're playing it this year. We have so much white. I mean, it's been amazing. That's for sure. This is what you're talking about, Mando. I only bet this one. I don't know if anybody can see this. Can you see this or no?
I see the paper.
Goes in and out.
Yeah, it goes in and out.
Okay. Well, yeah, this one says $20, 10,000 plus 10,000 for 2020. But the only reason I bet that day is because I bet Notre Dame also 20 because I wanted to sue the committee and everybody like that. I said, my friend said, why don't you bet 500 on it? And I said, I don't have $500 right now. But it was 100 to 1. So at that day, which is amazing.
Some people are mentioning, Gio, about the similarities or kind of Ole Miss's offense, kind of like a fast pace like SMU's, that it may give us problems in that sense. What do you say about that?
Miami's faced some teams like that already this year. USF did some of that.
Yeah.
Texas A&M's also a little similar in that aspect as well with their offense, their approach on offense. I don't think it's any stranger to what Miami's seen this year. It's just all about the preparation. Canes Cats Heat shared, do you have the playoff travel pants and zip-up hoodie with the playoff logo?
Right now, we don't. No, we missed on that one, unfortunately. So Adidas is supposed to be sending it to us, but as of now, we don't have it. But it is something that Adidas is planning on sending to us. So at this point in time, if we win, we'll get it. That's for sure.
Junior Hayes, Brett, enjoy the fruits of a great season.
Thank you, Junior. Junior's been around since the warehouse days. Junior, thank you so much. Yes, it has been a wonderful, wonderful season seeing everybody, and it's been great. That's for sure. For many reasons.
Kubiche047, go Canes. Kubiche, I always see him on X and Twitter. He's in some of the group chats too. Thank you for stopping by.
What's up?
Giovanni Foster. Hey, Gio, any word on Omar Thornton? Funny enough, you mentioned I dropped the pick for him to Miami over this past weekend. I think that one has a very good chance of getting done by the end of this week. The Boston College defensive back transfer.
Awesome.
I expect him to end up at Miami. He's really a talented player, very physical too.
He's going to take the place of a Thomas or a Scott?
Yeah, it is projected to play nickel.
Okay.
Terp 305 says, how sweet it is. Yes, it is. Howard Stern, let's go effing Canes.
I think he said, let's go fucking Canes. But anyway.
well, Brett didn't care. He's like, it's my show. All right, here we
There's
go.
my hat.
like
Gotta
Gio,
get to the
Gio was,
cursing mode.
Gio was like tap dancing around it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure whether to keep it.
I don't like to curse
rate
that.
him.
Since it's after 10 o'clock, I figure all the kids are in bed.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't listen to Mando when he says that. Oh.
Rich Millennial, what are the biggest keys to the game? I got Miami 31-21. Well, we mentioned the keys earlier, but I guess I'll drop my score prediction right now. I'm going to go with a bold one.
Oh,
I got Miami 34, Miss 17. They will score sometimes, but I think Miami's going to find success on the air and on the ground in this game.
I agree with that.
Double them. 34.
All my other scores were very close for this
Yeah.
playoff. I like this matchup for Miami. I'm being honest.
Gio has been since the moment. First words he said today, I like the matchup. He likes the matchup.
All right, I'm going to hold you to this, man.
Yes.
Can't wait. Thursday night.
Gio Kane, 75. He said, I mean, a long time coming for real, for real. Yep, it's been a long time coming for Miami fans. Huicha said, appreciate you both. Let's go 1-0 this week. Yeah, like Mario says, 1-0 every week.
1-0.
I don't know, every week.
Howard Stern shared, Gio, I heard State Farm Stadium has the worst grass in all of sports. Every athlete hates playing there. Is this true? I actually haven't heard that, but I'm going to inquire and see what's like the thought on that. Let's see. One Manuel, Gio, Brett, and Mando. Wednesday night was Miami's karma collecting with interest. Miami reversed 2002, dethroning OSU from repeating, and now looks like reversal of fortune. Wednesday night was orgasmic.
I agree. That was just we reversed a lot. We got a lot of demons out of the away from us on that.
You know, I don't think it really hit me until the game was like over. Like I knew Miami was going to win at a certain point in the fourth. You just felt it. You saw with the flow of the game, but I think it wasn't until about after they finished talking with the players up in the podium and everything at the end of the game with the trophy. I just kind of sat there for a moment and I was like in a trance. I'm like, wow, like Miami's really here. Like we've been discussing this for so long.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I know. It's surreal. It really is surreal. Even now, it's like we're playing in 2 days. It doesn't even feel like it. It's just it's just weird.
Yeah, it's starting to sink in. Like we're playing for a spot in the national championship in less than 2 days.
Exactly.
Let's see. Jose Rivera, go Canes. Yes, go Canes right back to you. Rich Millennial, regardless of Thursday's games results, what kind of impact do you think this playoff run is going to have on the 2027 class? Massive. You know why? You can't say Miami's irrelevant anymore, and you can't say Miami doesn't play for anything significant anymore. Those two talking points are out the window. What are you going to say about the stadium? Guess what? Miami plays a big marquee matchup. That stadium is sold out. Okay. Yeah. So I think all the talking points and the negative things that other programs do try to throw around, because it does happen, a lot of that has been minimized.
Yeah, obviously we want to win, but let's say if we were to now, I mean, if you want to keep saying that we're back or whatever, now we are. Because I remember a couple of years ago, I mean, I don't catch it every week, but like for example, that Josh Pate show. There's just like here, there's a chat. You go on there, and I would go on there a couple of years, 3-4 years ago when Mario started, and it was flooded with Georgia fans and Alabama. and they would see this. A couple of us Canes fans would jump in there, and they would just laugh. Oh, look at Miami! Now I went on there. I hadn't watched it for a couple weeks live. I went on there, started chatting on Sunday, and everybody was like, "Wow, did you guys see Miami?" So it was like, now it's like, oh shit,
For real.
these guys are So yeah, I do want to win it all, but let's say if they were like now, Miami's not a joke anymore nationally. Miami is like opening eyes between even the biggest haters like Joey Galloway and all these guys. Miami's for
No, he's not a hater. Don't you listen to him? Well, I do not hate the Miami Hurricane.
Yeah, well,
Please tell him he's begging Herbstreit. Please tell him I don't hate the Hurricanes.
He got humbled, but I think like you're talking about recruiting for this year and next year and 28, 29. I mean, there's not much more to be said. Right now, Miami is a force to be reckoned with going forward, I think, every year.
Going forward, any local big-time star
is going to look.
Who is actually recruited by Miami and you willfully choose to go anywhere else, I'm going to say it right now. I don't care if you're 17 or 18 years old. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. There's nothing like doing it at Miami when Miami's at its best.
Don't hold back, Don't hold back.
I'm being serious. I'm not going to play hypothetical games here or whatever, but think about it like this. Look at what Malachi Toney means to the city. And him staying home, Reuben Bain, Mark Fletcher. And these guys, regardless of whatever the final outcome is of this season, these guys are going to be remembered as legends.
Of course.
Legends for bringing Miami back to the national stage, the top of the discussion that everyone everywhere is talking about Miami. The brand is at its highest again right now. It's at the pinnacle of the sport.
Yep.
These guys are always going to be remembered for that, regardless of what happens Thursday, regardless of what happens January 19th. They will always be remembered for this run because it's been a very long ass time. It has. And on top of that, on the flip coin of it, Jeremiah Smith, I'm not going to put him down or anything at all, but think of it from this perspective. There's always that what if, where, man, what if I decided to stay and I was playing with those guys? I would have been on the other side of the field with them and we would have been doing this together. It's just the what if and hypothetical. So I think that situation right there, it shows kids in future classes, look, it can be you. You can be the next Malachi. You could be the next Reuben Bain. You could be the next Mark Fletcher. There's a proof of concept now. Recruiting becomes even easier now, aside from NIL and everything. It becomes much easier now because now you're not battling against narratives. Now it's real. Now it's no longer selling a dream. Now it's like, hey, you want to come compete for national championships? You can come to Miami. Miami is back to that level again. So it makes things so much easier. And then not only that, Miami's done a really good job on getting a head start on 2027. I mean, just some names I'll throw out there that they're very much in the mix for. Mark Matthews, number 1 tackle in the country in Miami's backyard. The number 2 tackle in the country, Joshua Samapel from the state of Georgia. Nick Lanier, one of the 3 best receivers in the country at Miami Northwestern. DJ Jacobs, who ended up committing to Ohio State before that game.
Yeah.
I heard through a birdie that Miami's still very much in it. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a rabbit out of the hat on that one later on down the line. There's a lot more discussions to be had there.
Yeah, the family didn't look too thrilled by when he was making the selection.
Yeah, no, those are just a few of the names Miami's involved with. Look, write it down right now. Take my word on it. Miami will have their best class in the Mario Cristobal era for the 2027 group. The fruits of the labor of the playoff run are going to show with that recruiting class.
Yeah, and you see even earlier this year, maybe even late last year, you could have said, all the local kids are, you see, they're going to keep looking at Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State. But look at the Final Four right now. You're going to have a first-time winner as a head coach for a national title. Oregon, none of them have won a national title. So
I'll tell you this. Mando, because I've always been on record saying this for a while. When people would complain about things in recruiting, I would say that I had the belief that Miami was a tier 2 team in recruiting. And people would say, well, how does Miami become a tier 1 team? And I said, well, you got to break through in the postseason. You got to make a run. You got to show that you are legit, that that next echelon to get to, like how Georgia and Texas and these other teams are recruiting. That's how you get them. Or in Ohio State, Alabama. Miami's going to get there. It's going to happen. And there's going to be a lot of upset people about it.
No, you go back to the point about kids playing locally. It's like you look at the great Miami Hurricanes that were local. I mean, the Gores, McGahees, all of the players that were great players that were from here. They're looked upon different, maybe because I'm more around the CAM program than other programs. But you look at Jeremiah Smith. Last year, he comes and plays with Cam Ward. Now, granted, he said was going to come play with Cam Ward. But let's say he comes. There's every chance Miami can win. If we have him as our receiver, or Strepo and George as well, and he's our number one guy like he was for Ohio State, we can win that national championship, Mando. And this obviously can win the national championship.
Yeah, speaking on him real quick, I don't know if you can appreciate it on TV. We got us, even though security was tight, we got before the game, you get as close as you could to the field. That is a big dude. He looks like a linebacker, but this guy's like this, bro. And he is like some guys that come out of high school. I know years ago they said that John Madden, the late great John Madden, said that DJ Williams was probably the only player he thought could go straight from high school to the pros. Like Jeremiah's body, seeing him in person is like, holy shit, that's big as shit.
I heard a rumor they built him in the same lab that Andre Johnson came from.
Oh, we actually saw my friend that I went with. He bought a T-shirt. DJ Williams was in the tailgate, and Andre Johnson was on the phone. Like, man, Andre Johnson's taller than I thought. I saw him like right there. He's so tall. No, I mean, Andre Johnson is
as big as Jeremiah Smith, is he?
No, but Andre Johnson's tall. Well, I don't know. I saw Andre Johnson like 10 feet away. He's tall as shit. He's really tall. But Jeremiah is just like a truck. He's like, seen him up close. He's
in his defense, though, I mentioned that, about the hypothetical, man, like that position Malachi's in now, that could be Jeremiah. However, he did get a national championship. He's guaranteed to be a top 5 pick.
Sure.
He didn't make the wrong choice, but I think it's I don't want to say so much a lesson. I think it's just the proof of concept going forward. You don't need to go somewhere else to do it. You can do it here.
There's no guarantee he doesn't play for a national championship either if he's on Miami. He's that good to make a difference with Cam Ward. Can you imagine Cam throwing him last year instead of all the small receivers? It happens in every sport. The Bruiser brothers, they're on a great Duke team, but Jay Lucas has his team doing really well at Miami.
Really well, yeah.
I mean, so you're looking at what would they do if they had the Bruiser brothers? They'd probably be a top 5 team.
Possibly.
So you say that, guys have a chance to make a difference and put this school on the map in all sports. So it takes a great person, or it takes a certain person like the Reuben Baines of the world, like the Malachi Tonys, like others that come here, Fletcher, that say, you know what, I want to play at home. And there's some advantages. There's some negatives. You get lots of hanger-oners. You get other people. They need to get out of town. I understand that completely, But also, all your family gets to come to the game. So obviously, we're trying to recruit for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, I know. As far as the game, everybody's talking about Chambliss, and obviously, rightfully so after that big performance against Georgia. But 22, 23-year-old, I think this is a Beck spot. This is a big spot for Beck where I think he can really light up a defense that's very questionable. I think he will. I think Carson Beck's going to have a hell of a game on Thursday night.
I agree. Howard Stern, one of our favorites, who
I love it.
Definitely brings much banter. He said, Mario is the next Phil Jackson. Can't coach for shit, but knows how to organize the team. I'm sorry, Howard Stern. You know what? I'm going to come
on, Stern.
I'm going to come to Mario
all year.
I'm going to come to Mario's defense. I don't think you can't coach for shit and make it to the semifinal.
Yeah.
Not only that, taking down Ohio State too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not the greatest coach in the country, but he's definitely one of the better coaches in the country. The job that he's done at Miami, and even the turnaround from SMU to now,
Yeah, it's night and day.
That's coaching too, to keep your team that focused and just laser focused and locked in on the task.
Yeah.
But he's comparing him to Phil Jackson, who's won 6 championships, right? No, how many's Phil won? Phil's won 11 championships, right?
Well, he had the championship
6 with the Bulls.
6 with the Bulls,
5 with the Lakers, and he won
3 with the Lakers, 4, 5. Yeah,
5 with the Lakers. So yes, I mean, I've never heard the thing that Phil Jackson can't coach. I mean, I guess heads and everything. I mean,
I don't think Howard Stern's a fan of the triangle offense.
With a hard contact lens.
Let's see. Canes Cats Heat. I literally became a fan 15 years ago when I was 11 years old. My fandom is as old as CanesWear.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what? I'll tell you guys this, a great
That's
story.
A great point, Canes Cats.
Canes Cats Heat deserves this more than anyone. He didn't get to witness a truly great Miami team. I know him personally. He didn't get to witness that. I sat with this man for an entire season. It was 2016. We sat first row. The first year of Mark Richt. Beautiful 4-0 start, and then you had that Florida State debacle where they blocked the kick at the end of the game. Stacey Coley was playing out of his mind that night. This man was so broken after that game. I remember he did not get up from his seat. His head was down I'm not kidding, for like 10, 15 minutes after the game was done and over with. I felt so bad because he's never witnessed anything like this. Fans like him, the young fans that didn't witness the championship teams, they absolutely deserve to feel this. It's euphoric.
I was right there with it. I mean, when that ball, just those misses, the Georgia Tech was my killer, by the way. I just could not get up after we fumbled the ball and gave up that score after on that blackout game. I just could not move. I was paralyzed. But
that's awesome. Like, somebody who's never experienced this and like for the first, it's great.
Yeah,
this is really outstanding. What I would give to be my 20s. Damn you, Canes Cat Heat. Shit.
You look like you're in your 20s.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's awesome. Like, I'm happy for fans like that have never. Then again, it's been a long time coming for us also. It's been 20 plus years, man. I mean, I don't remember much of it either.
I was a kid. Utility.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
One bowl game in those 15. In those last 15 years since he's been a fan, we've only won one bowl game.
Brett, I'm super excited for the bandwagon fans that are going to come on now. You know how many people I went to in middle school at Hammocks Middle School in Kendall, Florida, that used to be Miami fans, or when I moved up to Broward High School,
they switched up.
They switched and became Gator fans and Seminole fans.
I've already had people DMing me already, which I don't want to talk about it because we have a game Thursday. They're like already DMing me. Hey, do you have a hookup for the Natty tickets? I'm like, people I've never even talked to in my life. Like, what the fuck? Who are you? Like, come on, coming out of the woodwork here.
The bandwagon fans are coming.
Oh, yeah. You got a hookup for Natty tickets? Oh, yeah. Hold on, $100 right now, buddy. Like, come on.
So Gio Kane shared here. He agrees with my sentiment earlier. He said, that's why we have to win it this year. Next year, we'll have many replacements. I agree. It's very tough to go back-to-back. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's very tough to go back-to-back. You have a window this year. Get it done.
Yeah.
Howard Stern, Gio, if we're going to be a program that's going to constantly be in the playoff race, we just rebuild. That's how all the teams have done, and consistently Alabama. Yes, you can rebuild, but there's no guarantee you're going to win it all back-to-back. It's very tough to do that. But to be in the conversation, there's no reason why Miami can't continue doing that. They absolutely can.
Especially if we build in the trenches. For so long, we wanted to build it in the trenches. For so long, I was saying, if we can dominate, we will win.
Oh, I like this comment from Fire Marine Kane. Good evening, fellas. We are going to win our 6th ring in the year 2026. 26 representing for Sean Taylor's number 26.
Oh, that's great.
That thought crossed my mind today. Go Canes.
I haven't even thought of that. That's fantastic.
I thought about that when I saw the because obviously we have to order things way in advance. And when I saw 2026 and things like that, but you have to, I have no choice. And I saw it, and it said that today. I said, wait a second. The way it's written, it's 26. It's amazing because it's a 2 and then it's a 0, but the 0's got the college football. And 26 stands out. It's amazing.
He's the first person to mention that. That's interesting. So yeah, that
Good.
Well, you got that, and then you got the Miami came in as the 10th seed. They have the freshman phenom wearing number 10 in Malachi Tony. All the stars aligned.
And George Meyer, one of the first great Canes, went ahead and died this year, and he was on there.
If we pull off this win Thursday, we would have beaten the two teams that played in the national championship last year, Notre Dame and Ohio State. A&M, the Gators. Granted they were down during the season, but the Gators and Knowles. What a gauntlet! I mean, if you can beat Ole Miss.
Well, also first time since 1987 that Miami beat Notre Dame, Florida, and Florida State all in the same season.
Yeah,
sure, correct.
I mean, if you're a longtime Hurricane fan, this is like heaven right now.
Man, no. I just can't wait till tomorrow's going to be so long and slow. Let's just get to Thursday, man. It's amazing.
Canes Cats Heat. I've never seen this team do anything in my life.
Of course, you're like 16.
Last 2 years have been the peak of my fandom.
The Notre Dame game was really the highlight of most people's
young fans. Yeah.
Like him, yeah.
Well, and last year with Cam Ward, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gio Kane said, "I'm not worried about next year until next year. We have to win this year."
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Stream versus AI. Do I bet my life savings on Canes versus Ole Miss?
Oh, Brett, you want to handle the gambling question?
I think so. I think late 10. That's a joke. If anyone's listening, okay, you can probably get. What can you get? Like -170 if you lay like 10. I did that against Texas A&M. I laid 7.5 in that game.
I'll feel terrible if we come on here next week and this person puts on here. I've been eating ramen noodles for a week. Thanks, guys.
At least let's get him some peanut butter.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Streamverse said, someone I know said fire Mario. I believe he was talking about back in November. There was some people saying that. Leva said, I have been a lifelong.
Said that, but I said that on Facebook. I've never said it before in my life. Now, then I fire this man. And I want to say it. He heard what I said about him, and he said, Brett's never upset at any coach. I must be doing something wrong. And he changed everything. So I don't want to get any credit.
Flava shared here. I have been a lifelong fan. I was a freshman at UM in 2017. It was so great to see sustained success this year. That's the biggest thing, coming off of last year and building on it too. That's so massive for the program because it's not like a one-off. Like it's like, hey, we won 10 games last year. We won 10 this year. We got into the playoff. We won even more games. Like it's proof of concept. Mario's right when he says the trajectory. People joke about that when he slammed the tadium at the table at the podium, but almost mixed table and podium together. I said tadium, but you get my point though, that it is true what he's saying about the trajectory. It's not just jargon or just fluff.
Yeah, we said it all at the beginning of the season, Gio. We talked about multiple times. This team has got to come back and show another 10-win season, and we had not done a back-to-back season, and that was it. Mando's thing was if they can get 10 wins or get to the playoffs.
No, playoffs was my thing. Yeah.
Playoffs. He said they better make the playoffs. But you know what? They followed up a 10-win season with a 10-win season. I mean, Mario what were we, 5-7 the first year or 7-5?
Oh, 5-7. I sat in that crowd that first year when FSU beat us. What was it, 42 or 45-3? We were, the cupboard was so bare. Our roster was so bad. And even physically wise, they looked like midgets. I have pictures. I was going through pictures on my phone today of that game. The look of us. It was
it's entirely different.
It's crazy. Like
I first noticed it, like the change with the look of the team. It had to have been last year because I asked Mario the question. I think it was that spring because I was just seeing the guys around the program, like in the facility. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like this looks very good now.
Yep.
But hey, strength and conditioning, it takes time to take its place into this into a program. But I mean, just incredible overall.
Well, obviously the playoff hasn't been around forever. But if we win on Thursday, I believe that would be the most wins ever in one season in Miami history, right? 13. We've never won 13.
Correct.
Before.
Miami's never won 13.
Yeah. So
it would be the first team to win 13. They're one of only 5 Miami teams right now in history that have won 12 games in a season.
Yeah.
It's hard for me with some of the things. Malachi's record and everything like that. We're playing so many more games. I mean, we went 11-0. We went 12-0 the year we won the national championship. We've gone undefeated a couple of times, so it's hard to say 13. Now, granted, we can finish with 14 wins, correct?
If we win it all, 13, 14,
If they win it all, it would be 14.
Yeah, so it'd be pretty sweet.
I will say this, though. Mando mentioned about that Florida State game. I remember exiting out of Hard Rock Stadium because back then at the time they had it with the little gazebos outside for the F1 they were recruits up there that year, and Alonzo Highsmith came down the stairs and he says it was me, Gabby Urrutia, and I forget who else was there. It was 3 of us there, and he says, I don't know who the hell rank these guys, but most of these guys in this roster are so damn overrated. Like these are not good football players.
Wow.
He said that. That was the first year he was here. I mean, that really stuck out to me. I'm like, damn, wow. Like that is just blunt. Like he just said they're not good football players. And you look back, Mario didn't retain most of that roster. There's just very few guys.
Home. Their parents, the line with people was Mario. The parents were complaining. And he said, "You and your kid both get out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? The pick up your son season.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Juan Manuel shared. People have yet to realize the magnitude of this win. This puts to bed the flag from 23 years of demise. It's the exercising a demon or cloud that hung around the program, only defeating OSU on the grand stage. I agree. I do think it's a big one for the program getting that win last week.
Massive.
Eddie Delva, Cade Olave, Cal linebacker, the Canes interested. I haven't heard anything of Miami being linked to him, but man, I would love if they were, because I remember when Miami played against him, and I've watched him even more this year. That's the Samoan linebacker for Cal.
Oh yeah,
that kid he's something else.
What about the Kai Gio, the safety from Minnesota? I believe everybody's saying that we have a shot at him.
Koi Parish.
Koi, my bad. I said Kai.
So he's expected to visit Texas Tech tomorrow. A few other programs involved with him.
Oh, Texas Tech. Okay.
Miami has interest. Georgia has interest. I know Oregon's another program, and USC, who's actually committed to USC at one point, from what I was told.
Man, Texas Tech be paying, man. Texas Tech.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Texas Tech, they don't have a problem on defense. They're getting all these defensive guys, and I know, granted, they just got Sorsby, but I think they need more offensive weapons. If you watch that game they played against Oregon, like they looked like they did not belong.
Well, I know, to your credit, you were not big on them or the conference.
No,
I remember you saying that.
I don't think the Big 12 is as good as people were thinking, and I think that's played itself out.
They'll probably have a cakewalk next year.
Very likely. Their roster is much more talented than anyone else in the Big 12. But I had a hot take in a group chat. Mondo's in with me today. I said that. I said I don't think Texas Tech will ever win a natty until they leave the Big 12.
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
Kinsey Lloyd from Facebook. I think the Ole Miss coaching issue causes problems this week. The previous 2 playoff games they had already played in the regular season. Yep. So not sure how much they had to scheme for first 2 games. Very true. We mentioned that.
Like you said, that the offensive coordinator he's been in and out.
Well, Charlie Weiss, they didn't even. I saw they did not grant him. Ole Miss didn't make him available to the media today and media day at all, or they're not going to make him available to media day. It's too.
Yep. So he was a no-show.
Is that because he's the coach at LSU?
Of course, because they don't want
Well,
him to be.
there's
peppered
that
all
with
those
the
questions.
LSU thing, and he's linked
Yeah,
to 2 NFL jobs as well.
yeah, they don't want all those questions. So the media guy was probably like, "Okay, you're setting this one up, buddy."
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, the SID said, "Yep, no way, no
Yep.
chance."
Yep.
Howard Stern, Gio heard Miami could be a player for this quarterback, Washington QB, Damon Williams Jr. Yeah, mentioned that earlier. Giovanni Foster, what are a few players Miami's interested in portal? So off the top of the head, some situations to monitor. The Damon Williams situation, Ty Simpson with Alabama, he still has a decision to make. John Mateer. I think Dylan Raiola is an interesting one as well because he hasn't visited anywhere yet. At wide receiver, someone they're after is Vandrevius Jacobs, who had just visited. I know they would like to add a center, but there hasn't been anyone that's hopped in the portal yet that they're truly interested in. They're open to potentially a tight end, a veteran guy that is a capable blocker and can actually catch the ball as well. Defensive line wise, they have quite a few targets. So a couple of them there. You got Caleb Herring from Tennessee, who I know Miami's really high on. He's supposed to visit at the end of this week. Wendell Gregory, that one's not really trending Miami's way at this time, but they do have a visit scheduled. We'll see if he makes it to that visit. I know they have interest in Damon Wilson. There's 2 other programs I know they're involved there too. You got it's Ohio State and I had mentioned it in my board earlier today. Ohio State's involved and Texas Tech. And anyone else I want to mention? Some defensive tackles as well. You got Francis Brew, who the Pittsburgh defensive lineman who Miami recruited out of high school. He is expected to visit not at the end of this week, but next week, start of next week. The defensive tackle from Alabama, I know there's some interest there. I believe his name is John Smith, last name Smith. Miami recruited him out of Carver High School as well, at the state of Alabama. He was a starter this year for Alabama too. His former 5-star prospect, defensive tackle.
Recruit? Who was the?
He was the what?
The number 2 recruit in 2023. He's going to enter the portal too.
He was one of the top. He was one of the top guys in 2023. Yeah, Miami was really interested in him when he was coming out of high school. And hold on one second. Actually, you know what? Just so I don't miss anything, because I think there's like 2 or 3 more. Hold on. Should have it right here. Yeah, so I mentioned those names. All right. The Desir twins from Florida State. I know because they're originally from South Florida. I've heard some discussion that they may return to Florida State. I don't think that's the direction Miami goes in right now. I know Miami's still very much involved with the number 1 linebacker in the portal, Rasheem Biles. That's still very much alive. Miami's a threat there to Ohio State. And I mentioned about Omar Thornton earlier. I expect him in the fold with Miami. I anticipate it to be by the end of this week after the game's over and everything. And already spoke about Koi Parish as well. So that's about it for now, aside from anything else that comes up. But yeah. Canes Cats Heat. Brett, how much are your sales up since they announced us in the playoffs? And are you seeing your sales increase each week?
He's walking around Davie. He's walking around Davie streets with like $100 bills in his hands. Are you kidding me, bro? Like, come on.
We're definitely doing better. We're definitely doing better than if they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But anytime there's games, like we're seeing people that are going to the game. We're seeing a couple of different. Obviously, as soon as they got in the 7th, people were excited. They're energetic. They wanted to buy Hurricane stuff. It was Christmas and Hanukkah and all the holidays, so that was good. Now we're seeing, that was good. Then they beat Texas A&M. People went to the Texas A&M, so people need items. They're flying to Texas A&M. We're shipping. Shipping is going crazy. Shipping every day. And then obviously we beat Texas A&M. More people. They're going to Ohio State game now. So we had a big crowd at Ohio State. Now it's Fiesta.
Oh, yeah.
People are going. They say wear white, so people want to wear white. So definitely, it's definitely been a boon. It's been great after 15 years of not having this experience. It's been an incredible experience, and basically where I thought it would be. and I'm quite happy about it. It's because when you lose every year right at the end, you don't even win a bowl game. It can be difficult. I mean, I'm amazed that we've been in business as a small little company for 15 years without ever being successful. I mean, Canes are the majority of our business, even though the Panthers are starting to get bigger, of course. But it's been amazing because we won one bowl game in that whole time. And, it's like, so it's been amazing that we made it this long. It's, having a small store, even though I know it's bigger now, but having a store and you're independent, you're fighting the Fanatics of the world, and you're fighting the Legends, which is now the University of Miami, you're fighting Follett. It's a battle. So we really, my whole goal is about the fans. It really is. It's not about making money. It's about, not that I can't use it, but it's about the fans. It's about putting everything we get back into the store. And as anyone that's been a Canes sees how much merchandise we have and boxes everywhere, it's all about just making the store the best place for people to not only buy Canes wear, but to go ahead and meet and greet. Everybody comes in, like Moten's dad, all these other family members, they're all there. They're hanging out. They're having a good time. Everybody knows it comes to CanesWear. You're high five and you're saying you're talking to Jeff or John or Ken or me or whoever. Plus you're seeing, you're talking in such a good mood with all of the different fans that are there. It's a great place. You don't get that at other stores. You don't get that when you're shopping online at another place. You don't get there anywhere. You get that camaraderie, that energy. And it's great even when we're not winning, but when we're winning, this is unbelievable. Everyone planning their schedule will meet up. Lifelong friends are meeting at CanesWear. And we're going to have to start the CanesWear dating service soon. All right.
I'm absolutely, obviously, I'm thrilled for you. And all I know is if we win Thursday, from Friday through next Sunday, that store is going to be a mess. I hope we win for your sake. And that store just goes crazy the next 8 to 10 days.
It wiped away a lot of 15 years of hard endings for the Canes. So which would be great.
I heard through the grapevine that Brett said that if Miami wins the national title, that he's going to take the year off. He's set.
Yes, if you ask Jeff, I took this year off. But he never know. He says, you work the stuff behind the scenes, I'll work the store. But lately I've been there every day, so it's been great seeing everybody.
Yeah. After hearing that, Jeff is frantically calling and texting Brett as we speak. No! Oh, man.
So Canes Jones stopped by and reposted the stream. Thank you for always stopping by, Canes Jones. I'll be in his space tomorrow night, too.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that. He's making videos for me and everything. He is phenomenal. Friday, we got his space, right? Friday, we're celebrating. Is it
Five rings?
Tomorrow, I think he's doing
okay.
I'll be in his space tomorrow. Five rings said, I'm not focused on the portal. The Canes are a win away from playing for a title at home. It's been 23 years. Who knows when the Canes will be in the spot again? Yeah, you never know. I mean, did anyone think back in the 2003 Fiesta Bowl at the time, like how talented those Cane teams were?
Yeah.
That would be
the
last time for 23 years that they would play in a game of that significance.
They always say it about Marino. When Marino went to a Super Bowl, people thought he'd be going every single year for the rest of his career and never went back. So you never know.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. He may retire. I mean, he's not been back close to the Super Bowl again. We thought he'd be back. I thought this guy's not going to be like Marino. He just won the national championship with LSU, and now he's dominating pro football.
And this, obviously, again, to repeat, be repetitive, and this is heightened magnitude because you could possibly play the game here. And I haven't looked up the sites in the last couple of hours. I saw it a couple of days ago. The game's not here the next 3, 4, 5 years, I don't think. So
now they're going to play it every 5 or 6 years because we are, unfortunately, we don't have a great stadium like they do in the Swamp or in FSU.
No, but Miami always
stadium like that. So because we don't have a good stadium, they're going to let them play the national championship and Super Bowls in this really bad stadium.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's Miami, usual same places, Miami, New Orleans, always get the Super Bowls and national championships. Always.
Yes.
Juan Manuel, hey, this is Miss Hudson and Big Bill up here.
Here we go.
Congratulations on beating Patricia and Day. Big Bill hated Patricia's number 2 pencil between his ear and despises Day's hair dye job. Act your age.
Wow.
The Miss Hudson comment always comes in after 11 p.m. I noticed that.
Howard Stern. Let's not forget, Georgia had a lot of injuries on defense. It was playing with the third safety. Yeah, that is true.
Good point. Excellent point.
Flava said UGA has 17 sacks in the
Wow.
year. Miami
And
has
they had
19.
10 of those against Alabama, I thought.
Is that right? Wow.
And then Miami has 19 in the last 3 games.
Wow. No, we are definitely. I loved it when
There's
you
levels
said,
to it.
I loved it when Texas A&M said, Reuben Bain's got 3 sacks all year. Our guy's got 11. He's not even nearly as good as our guy.
Yeah, that was
We'll
quite
find out.
funny in itself.
We'll find out.
The funny thing is he never saw a pass rusher like Reuben Bain before.
You're right.
Howard Stern, Ole Miss is going to be a great test. They can sling the football, but they can resist that pass rush and physicality. But they can't resist that pass rush and physicality for 4 quarters. I agree. They're definitely going to challenge Miami, but I think Miami has the horses in the defensive back stables to keep up.
And it wasn't just Messidor and Bain. I thought Lightfoot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lightfoot was balling too, man. They got some guys up there.
They are swarming.
Yes.
Juan Manuel shared, Gio, you may have gone over this, but it's worth restating. How is the team health and defense looking? Very good right now. Very good. The only guy that may be up in question for a game time decision would be Damari Brown at this point. And there's a chance he could play. And
rush for 200 and throw for 200.
Yeah, he said, will Miami rush for over 200 yards in this game? I believe all 3 running backs should. I don't know if they'd rush for over 2. I don't know. I'll go with I think they could be capable of doing like 170, 180. I think they're capable of doing that. I don't know about 200 is a lot. That's a lot.
We're going to get some breakaways this game. 300, like I said, against SMU.
Georgia was ranked 120th in tackles for loss per game. That's true. That Georgia defense was not the same as previous Georgia defenses. Deuce shared here. So should we expect for transfer portal news to ramp up after the game Thursday? Yes, absolutely. It will ramp up. There's several visits coming up this weekend. Geo Kane 75. I'm watching Florida versus Ole Miss. DJ Lagway is not really as bad as I thought. DJ Lagway is talented. It's just more of a mental thing, and maybe if he gets in the right situation, maybe lightning could strike there and he could revitalize his career. It's not a talent thing with him.
Yeah.
Kerry Green shared, Damon Williams is immediately my QB target for Miami. Yeah, he fits the offense. Anthony Manzano, hey, thank you for stopping by as always. He said, I'm sticking to my guns. Trinidad is overrated because of the damn media. There was times this season where teams playing in the pocket and he was horrendous because he couldn't see over the line. Do I think maybe there's a little bit of hype in it coming off his performance in Georgia? Yes. I said my piece on it earlier that I think he's a good quarterback. I just, the Cam Ward comparisons have me blown away, though. He's not Cam Ward.
No.
Canes Jones, I don't care how good their linebackers are. Our offensive line loves to get to the second level with speed and blocking technique. I'll take Miami's offense over their defense every time. I agree. I think that's why I said earlier, I love the matchup.
No, yeah, the more I hear all of our excellent fans here on Geo, the more high I am on this game.
Howard Stern, Trinidad is good QB. Don't get cocky now, man. Respect your opponent. The kid has put up 30 points, no less than against every team on the schedule. Yeah, I just don't think he's faced the defense like Miami's. I've watched several of Ole Miss's games this year. They have not played a defense like Miami. Defense wins championships. That statement's still very true, unless you're 2019 LSU. Anthony Manzano, Howard, I'm not getting cocky. I'm pointing out fact. Okay. They were bantering there. Juan Manuel. Hey, just a friendly reminder. Miami pounded Ohio State. No baby oil or lotion needed. Ohio State took the pounding raw. No Diddy.
I was waiting for the no Diddy.
Howard Stern shared, Mark Fletcher needs to go to the draft if he has 2 more good games. Get the money, your legend, leave a champion. I want to ask you about that, Mando, because me and Brett were debating about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be mad at Mark Fletcher if – I'm not saying he's going to do this, just a hypothetical, because I know he's announced that he's going to come back. But would you be upset with him if he decided he wanted to declare and go to the NFL after the run that he's on in the playoffs if it continues?
I never, whether it's baseball, football, I never get upset. I know fans, of course, you're a fan of UM. You want the kid to stay for 2, 3, 4, 10 years. I personally never get upset at him or anybody for trying to get to the highest of their profession of what they want to do. That's his decision, his family decision. I don't know what's going on in his household. I know publicly what happened with his father, obviously, but
Yeah.
no. Some people go crazy with stuff like that. I not mean never. Like, that's his decision. No, not at all. Not one bit. I mean, would it be disappointing? Sure. You want him to stay as a fan, but
I personally believe if the draft grade is favorable and he has been the best running back in the playoff, there's not even a debate. Like, the numbers even show it too. If he continues on that trajectory, I think he should inquire, honestly. I'd go when your stock is very high.
yeah, of course. Sure.
I'm not saying I want him to leave. I would love to have him back another year, but go when your stock is
as you know, Gio, he can come back next year like any other football player in week 2 and blow up his knee. Unfortunately, it's hard to say, but
look at Jordan Meyer this year. He got hurt in the first game, and it was never really the same.
No, that's why I never begrudge in football, especially anybody going pro, because one play can end your career just like that.
I think Miami fans could forgive it if he I'm not saying this is going to happen, Miami fans. I'm just speaking a hypothetical. But I think they could forgive him if Miami won it all and he decided to do that. I mean,
I agree.
What to do after that?
Yeah.
Howard Stern, Anthony, obviously, he does everything on. Okay. E. Whitty shared here. What's up, guys? What are your guys' thoughts on the Ole Miss wide receivers? Deep group. I don't think they have the same top-end talent as the Ohio State or Texas A&M receivers, but they are a deep group.
Solid.
It seemed very long and fast.
Yeah. Well, Stribling Dazon Stribling, he's really catching on fire right now. He had a really good game against Georgia.
Well, outside of Smith, we really shut down their receivers at Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
And I saw
Parnell Tate, he's projected to be a top 15 pick.
To me,
Miami handled him. The one who got off, it was Jeremiah, but Parnell Tate, he was taken out of that game.
Totally.
Yeah.
We are so deep on deep, but every one of our portal guys has worked out. You got Thomas, Scott. I mean, our portal, Teray has played very well. To add to our guys who stayed healthy. I mean, this defense is peaking right now. I think they're getting better every game. Reminds me a little of the Clemson defense that was so good when they went undefeated and won the national championship.
No. Yeah, and to Gio's question about Fletcher, and I guess as an aside, whether it's Thursday as the last game or Monday, January 19th, it's kind of like bittersweet because we're never going to see this group play together again because this is a special team. Like seeing Jacoby Thomas and Keontae Scott and they're just fun to watch. Period, regardless of. So that's it. Enjoy the moment because you're not going to see this specific group play together.
Exactly. That's why people got
next year's team, as Gio knows, and Brett's a whole different team, new different group, but this specific group may only play 1-2 more games together, and that's all we'll be able to watch. So just enjoy it. Enjoy it.
In 2000, it was similar because we did lose, and we should have won the national championship that year. We lost to Washington, only beat Florida State, got a job. But who was leaving? Dan Morgan, who was
Morgan, Santana
Moss.
And what's it called? Ed Reed was supposed to leave, but he made a decision. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to come back because so we've got a few guys leaving. Maybe someone's surprised and says they're coming back. I doubt it, but maybe someone gets $1 million contract and says I'm coming back. Yep. They didn't get it. Well, they got it under the table, the $1 million contract in those days.
E. Whitty shared. Gio, what do you think will be the wide receiver and DB matchups? I'm not going to go particularly into like matchups because if what the coaches are anticipating to have is that you have all 4 of your corners and your starting corners. The reason why I call them all starters, they've all started at various different points of this year and previous seasons. Xavier Lucas, Damari Brown, OJ Frederick, and Ethan O'Connor, all very capable and good players. you need them to be rotating and fresh out there because Ole Miss is going to be running all night with those receivers. They have to have a healthy rotation with those guys. And hey, even a young buck in Jabari Antoine who played a bit in the game against Ohio State, he's starting to get more reps. He was the one that he saved the punt that was about to go into the end zone. He was one
that was an amazing play.
Yeah,
that was amazing. That play. Nobody talks about
get a little more
that.
burn now too. So yeah, I don't think it'll be any like specific matchups. Just they need that rotation. Howard Stearns shared, Ole Miss never throws any passes more than 10 yards down the middle. Everything is through the sides of the perimeter. Yeah, did notice that. They do throw a lot of screens too. RQ5304, we have not used our tight end all season. Use them Thursday and you will catch Ole Miss off guard and win.
It's so true. We did not even – I forgot about the tight end play. We didn't use anybody in this game.
It's just one of those years. I mean, the year before Elijah Arroyo's breakout year last year is kind of the same thing. It's just one of those years.
We didn't have – did we even throw the ball at all to them this last game?
Yes, somebody posted today, I think, because obviously we know a shot left to Indiana. I think somebody posted today or yesterday. I really hope we don't play Indiana the Natty because he knows all our plays.
That's a good point.
Block shot. Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. And that's too bad.
A little background on that, like on that whole decision too. So I know this from being there and then from people that had saw some of the more private portions of practice that the media can't see that I spoke with. He was having a little bit of struggles with catching the ball. Actually, it's not like he wasn't a talented player. Like he was a freak athlete. He really was. And then the other factor is it's really tough when you come from like an entirely different place. Like he's going back home. Yeah. He's going back home to Indiana. He came all the way down here. He didn't really have as big of a role this year as he thought he would.
Sure.
And then it's hard to stay engaged with a team like that when you're not playing so much. And then he got hurt too. Yeah. And then you get homesick. It's just all that mixture into one.
Yeah, understandable.
He could be a stud for Indiana. And obviously they just got the quarterback.
I personally think he's going to be a good player at some point. Like, maybe it's just not right away, but I've really liked him as a recruit. Howard Stern said, Lightfoot, I see him having a very impressive game with that speed off the edge. They're going to need him in this game. Yeah. He actually made – there was this one play that I don't know if people saw this on the tape, but the way they had lined him up, he had jammed Jeremiah Smith on this one snap. I think it was like on 3rd and long and like totally disrupted the play. He jammed him and then also contained outside to the edge of who was it? They were trying to throw the I got to look at the play again, but it was so crazy because he made 2 ridiculous plays in one play itself. I was just like, what? Like just watching, I was like, wow, like that light is starting to flicker even more. We've seen flashes, but like during this playoff, he's had some plays that have really stuck out. He's going to have a bigger role next year.
Oh, yeah.
Ewity shared, what were your guys' reaction when Dante Simpson hit the portal? That, from what I understand, that was more of a money type of thing and just asking for more. And, it's hard to justify to pay a younger player more if they're not one of the starting guys, whatever. It's not like he didn't play this year either. By the way, he was also like 16 going on 17 coming into the program. He's really young for his class. It is what it is.
Was he gonna? What do you think his position would have been next year in the rotation?
Right. He would have been further up in the defensive tackle rotation. He was right after. So you had, let's see. So Armando Blunt played quite a bit with D tackles this year, aside from playing the edge. But right after that, you had Dante Simpson. He played quite a bit this year. He didn't play a lot, but it is what it is.
Okay. I'm sure
Miami will have options. They have a really good defensive tackle class coming in regardless. So it is what it is. Let's see. Geo Kane, man, DJ Lagway, the ex-Florida quarterback, didn't look that bad against Ole Miss throwing dimes. Yeah, people have been mentioning that. Kane's Cats Heat shared, I'm 26, and we haven't done jack until now.
All right, there you go. 26, 2026. We know we have a 2000 baby here. Obviously, if he's 26.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Monsanto shared, if we make it to the national championship, we're not going to be the home team. It's either going to be Indiana or Oregon.
Yeah,
that is
correct.
true because of the seeding. Yes. However, Miami should at least run out of the smoke going into that.
I think they ran out of the smoke this game, didn't they?
Yeah. I think they already said that we would be in obviously the lower seed. We would actually be on the other sideline, on the north sideline, not the usual south sideline. It would be Indiana, Oregon.
That's going to be a weird feeling if Miami gets in, and
everything is the opposite.
We have that game if they're in. That's going to be weird.
If it is Miami, Indiana, I mean, the word is I was doing some reading that for the Peach Bowl in Georgia, their Indiana fans are buying tickets like madhouses, because they've never been in this spot for football. So word is Indiana's going to have a massive crowd of their fans in
Oregon
Georgia.
Oregon played in one championship, or they lost one. They only played one, right?
They lost to Cam Newton and Auburn, didn't they?
Yeah,
I believe.
Which anybody would have lost to Cam Newton and Auburn that year.
Oh, they lost by a field goal at the end. Yeah.
Was it really? That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lost by a field goal.
Andy A72, all about the U. Yes, it is. Mr. Jake, I've been riding with y'all too long to not be here. I bullshit with y'all here on Facebook, on X. Y'all are family. Thank you, Jake, for all the
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate you, Jake.
We appreciate it. We do consider. I've always thought CanesWear, all of our customers, all CanesWear family. So many relationships built. We got our families. Geo has this giant platform with everything. Mando as well, and then the CanesWear podcast even brings it together a little further. So it's a beautiful thing. I think that's one of the great things about people talk about sports. This is the best thing about sports is people can get together and be family.
Yep. Let's see. Eddie Delva shared earlier. Great point, Gio. We need to enjoy this moment experience. Yes.
Absolutely.
Stop worrying about the portal right now. I know there's been this running joke in a group chat me and Mando are in. A bunch of fans are saying, yeah, I'm going to go run routes with Keelan Mary and get ready for this game. I'm going to go share some reps with Ruben Bain so we get ready for this game. I get it. People just being funny, but no, seriously, just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Miami's going to be fine. Trust me. They're going to get theirs in the transfer portal. It always.
5-6 weeks ago, we were
earlier. Well, you know what? I know we're not going to say it if it happens, but we'll take a few less recruits for a championship this year.
Oh, hell yeah! I mean, 5-6 weeks ago, we were sitting here, doom and gloom, wondering where our program was headed. We're less than 48 hours from a national semifinal.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's see. Howard Stern said SMU loss changed the whole season. Mario saw the light and changed his ways. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Juan Manuel, Gio, what is going on at FSU? The bottom has fallen out. Yeah, they have FSU has close to almost 30 players that have left the program. It's nearing that at this point. The amount
they showed today, Gio. I don't know if you saw it, a USC linebacker that did a surprise visit. Like rail thin guy, a linebacker. Yeah. And people were like, some guy posted something to the effect of, what FSU's like trying to recruit kids with eating disorders now or something. I mean, he looked like he weighed about $140. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm. I understand people are upset about the coach coming back, but 2 years ago they should have been in the playoffs, or 3 years ago. So they should have been a playoff team 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, we saw today with the Ravens. Sometimes it's what have you done for me lately? John Harbaugh got fired.
Yes,
that's a surprise.
I will say this though. There's a little thing called karma, and the reason why I'm not going to kick Florida State while they're down because I remember that when Florida State was doing that to Miami some years back. Mario Cristobal said right after that 45-3 game at Hard Rock, his first year here, he said, yeah, the feeling sucks. It hurts. But, one day the shoes on the other foot, and and we'll be in that position, and that time is now.
Yeah.
That shoe was on the foot 2 years before that with Manny. Didn't we beat them by like 40? The COVID year, didn't we beat them by like 40?
Yeah, the COVID year, yeah.
But still, we beat them. And well, you're right. It does turn around so fast. That's why whenever you beat somebody and fans, I never understand when they say, you suck, you suck. I mean, I want to say, you guys are great. We're just better. You're overrated. You're not overrated.
I'm in this like massive group chat that they have like 200, 300 people in there, and it's fans of different like programs and some people in media and everything. And the Ohio State fans are so obnoxious when
they are the worst.
Like even before the season, the stuff they were saying, they're like, "You guys are trash. You're never going to be relevant again." Blah 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 blah. I've heard crickets from them since the game. Like they're literally stunned. They're stunned.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those guys are saying that if we played you 9 out of 10 times, we'd beat you 9 times. Or you didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. You didn't do anything.
Blackwater share here. Does the Ty Simpson story have legs? Yes, it does. I actually heard that he'll be making his decision at some point later this week on whether he's going to enter the NFL draft, stay at Alabama, or go into the transfer portal. And before people jump to conclusions, it's not a foregone conclusion he's going to the portal. There's people around Alabama who think that he may be coming back for another year. So
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Leaving Alabama as the starting quarterback would be a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah. GOK mentioned Damon Wilson, edge rusher from Georgia, Missouri, back in the portal. Yes, I spoke about that earlier. Howard Stern said, Juan, FSU is done. That program will never recover. Howard Stern, I'm not going to agree with you, actually. You know why? A lot of people said that about Miami.
Yes.
And it took Miami X amount of years and some years of nice years, but some disappointments along the way with that. Never say never. Never say never.
Yep.
I think Florida State has too much of a rich history in college football to stay down forever. Flava said, in Mario's time, we've played Texas A&M 2 times and UF 2 times. Undefeated. No, that's not exactly true.
No, did we lose to A&M?
Yeah, Miami's played Texas A&M 3 times since Mario's been here. They lost the first time, which was the first year Mario got here, and then they've won the 2 after, which was Hard Rock, and then the one in Kyle Field just a few weeks ago. Don, I can't say the name, but Don said, "Go Canes." Yes, go Canes. Anthony Monsanto, Gio, how irresponsible would it be for the Rebels to play constant off coverage and zone the whole game against Malachi Toney? I don't think they're going to have much choice. I don't think they have the secondary I just don't think they have enough on that back end like Ohio State or A&M did to bracket Malachi Toney the entire game. It's a pick your poison type of thing. Howard Stern, Gio, we just beat Texas A&M and Ohio State, and Toney did the minimum. We need him to step up this week. Like Mando said, and I said, I think this is the game.
I think it's the game, but he just made a comment, Howard Stern. We beat 2 powerhouses, and he did minimal. But now we need him to step up. Yeah, we need him to step up. We proved we can win if he's a decoy as well.
Yeah, I think some people overlook that in terms of football, that not necessarily you have to make your impact on the game on the stat sheet. There's several. Look, right. Ruben Bain's a perfect example. Yeah. Ruben Bain's a very perfect example. He makes players around him better with what he does.
Yeah. Well, some people posted Malik. My bad, Gio. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mando.
No, so affecting the game, it may not have come out on the stat sheet, but I saw online where Malachi Toney on a play would have made a tremendous block on All-American safety downs of Ohio State. I mean, that doesn't come out on the scoreboard, but it just plays like that.
No, our receivers, it show Malachi a lot. He is a great blocker. Our receivers everybody is hitting. As Mario says, he preaches violence, and
everybody's been praising Fletcher's blocking and Malachi's blocking and our physicality. So sometimes it's not about 8 for 102 and 2 scores. It's more to the game than that.
James,
But I do
Brock,
think this is the game that he goes off, though. I think he goes off in this game.
I agree. I agree from what I've seen from Ole Miss on the tape. I think this is the one.
Mm.
Howard Stern put James Brockermeyer needs his props. He's played better later on in the season. There was some struggles with him in the middle of the season, but he's definitely played better.
I've been watching that show, Jim Brockermeyer, lately. Brockermeyer, have you heard of that? The baseball announcer. It's went 4 years. Pretty good. Got a little crazy in the 4th season, which is the last season. But Brockermeyer. His name's Jim Brockermeyer, and this is James Brockermeyer. Very interesting.
Hassan shared here. Gio, the Miami fans are worried about the transfer portal because they are seeing most of the quarterbacks signing with different things. But I agree with you. I believe Miami will be fine. Yes, they will. Miami will be fine.
I got to say this about Hassan. We were going crazy, and everybody was upset with Mario, and everybody was blasting him. We were all upset. Hassan was sticking to Mario. I mean, he's the only guy that was sticking very about Mario. Very strong.
Hassan was defending Mario through the SMU.
Defended it big time, and he was right.
Yeah, big props to Hassan sticking to his guns. 5 rings. More OJ, Tony, Fletcher, Pringle will all eat in this game because the O-line is going to dominate this team 31-17 Canes. I like that prediction. It's very close to mine of 34-17.
I want to mention
they're all getting
a guy that he didn't get as many touches as maybe he would have liked, but when he's called on, I think Marty Brown steps up.
Yes.
Like Marty Brown comes in late and he just battering ram. I mean, and he could be sulking because, obviously Fletcher's dominating the touches now and all that. But I thought Marty Brown was outstanding against Ohio State. He did really, really well.
Yes, he was.
Definitely got a great recruiting film if he decides to go somewhere else. Just coming off the bench like that.
He's a player, yeah.
Richie Cabrera Cicero. What's up, everybody? Canes fan from Georgia here. Go Canes.
All right, Richie, welcome to the show.
Howard Stern said, Pringle. Howard Stern shared, Pringle needs his touches. That kid has the straight line speed and wiggle, and he's blocking better now. I don't know necessarily about the blocking thing. There's some things that came up on tape.
Yeah, I saw that. That's probably why Fletcher's in there a lot more.
Yeah. But in terms of like the wiggle and straight line speed, absolutely.
No doubt about that.
Let's see. Howard Stern said, Brett, Mario saw the light after that game that lost to SMU, changed the whole season, changed his career. He needed to stop being so stubborn and scared. Now we have the juggernaut bully, Mario.
Yeah.
True. He's definitely, since those 4 games where we had to show, we had to throw the ball deep it was status, it was style points. And besides the fact that somebody probably tore him up that is much higher than us, it all came together. Now we have the real Mario, the Mario that we've wanted. And hopefully we see that Mario these 2 games, because I think the only person that could beat us is Mario.
We've been in playoff mode now, 6-7 weeks? And it's paying off. It really is.
Let's see. Hassan shared here. Gio, don't you think if Georgia kept running Nate Frazier, they would have won? I think so.
Yeah.
They should have ran the ball. They blew it.
I think they blew it.
I don't know what Kirby Smart was. I'm all for aggression and aggressive coaching, but going for it on your own, 30 or whatever he did,
that was crazy.
Reeking of desperation. That was ridiculous.
Kirby Smart was trying to play college football 26.
That was just ridiculous.
On his Xbox doing that.
And Ole Miss scored 2 seconds later. Just totally changed the game. Stupid.
Train 305. What's good, Brett and Gio? Brett, our hats, fire merchandise we have for the Fiesta Bowl.
So our, as I've told a few people, we make for the wins. So we do have I just came in today, the Cotton Bowl Champs hat. It says Champs on it. It's really cool. Cotton Bowl Champs. We have that one, and we have the CFP 2025-26 CFP. But the Cotton Bowl Champs is a brand new hat. It says Champs on it. We beat Ohio State. It's a great hat. We didn't get Fiesta Bowl, but we will get Fiesta Bowl Champs hats. And so if we win this game, we'll get Fiesta Bowl Champs hats, and we'll get participation hats and shirts as well. We have all that coming, polos as well. So, but right now the hat of choice is the Cotton Bowl Champs hat to go with this nice score shirt right here to show Miami. Can you see this? Miami 24 and OSU Buckeyes 14.
Well, hopefully Fiesta Bowl champions is the next shirt.
Fiesta Bowl champs, the next one, and then we're going to get that one. So you want a collection. So everybody's going to want. We want the playoffs, and we want beat Ohio State. We beat them. Then we go to beat Mississippi State. We get so it's all the bowl champs. We want Cotton Bowl champs, Fiesta Bowl champs, Hard Rock champs.
Oh boy, we'll see.
Hassan shared here, Gio, they had pictures of Charlie Weiss Jr. with Lane Kiffin meeting with Sam Levitt. I haven't seen that, but if that's true, that's not a good look considering that Sam Levitt's visit to LSU just started within the last 24 hours. That's not a good look at all.
Well, it'd be better than Chambliss, them both meeting with Chambliss, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's the possibility, is it not?
Yeah. 1 milligram of epinephrine. Is it true we're bringing TBD back to be our QB next year?
Oh my God.
That will not happen. Manuel said, did you see Wednesday games? Pringles hyper. Okay. H Canes 1005. How are you doing, gents? We're doing very well. How are you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Traveling Fools 2020. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Traveling Fools?
Yo.
Jamani, one more game, fellas. Yes. Row from
One
X.
more game.
We have to pay attention to their field goal kicker. Yes. Ole Miss, their kicker, he has a leg that was made in a lab. He made kicks in that game against Georgia that he probably could have driven that like 70 yards out. It was insane.
The game winning kick was right down the middle. It wasn't even like a doubt.
Exactly.
He could kick. Oh yeah.
Howard Stern, we are breaking the Fiesta Bowl curse less than 48 hours. Let's go.
I think, and after that, we need to have Howard Stern and Mario sit down and break bread together.
Coverages. Canes Cats Heat. That interception Keontae Scott got was the greatest moment of my Canes life. But it's no, I saw that comment earlier. One Manuel. Miami should pound without baby oil for over 200 yards.
I agree.
Canes Jones shared here. If you look at them and what the scouting report says, even giving up on a big play in the red zone, they're not that good. Many yards can be given, but stopping them in the red zone should favor Corey's defensive strategy. If we give up any long passes, that is. I agree. Kenneth Wayne. I was at the Rose Bowl for the 2001 National Championship. That experience was amazing. If we make the title game, Canes fans need to be in Miami to watch the game somewhere. The energy will be like nothing felt before.
Absolutely.
I agree with
that. The pots and pans will be out.
I'll tell you guys this. I know how toxic Miami fans can be towards, well, Miami fans deserve it to be to get toxic with other teams because just all the trash talking they've taken over the years. But can you imagine what Miami Hurricanes social media would be like if they won the national championship? Burn the whole app down because Miami will not stop talking shit for an entire year.
Oh no,
there was no social media the last time we won.
Yeah.
That would be like historic smack talk. It'll be like Easter.
What are the Florida? I'll tell you this. I have a Florida State fan that he is so dedicated. He comes to every one of my posts on Twitter and he says, haha, Gio, Miami sucks. Haha, Miami lost to SMU. Haha, this. Like, he's just dedicated to it. Like, I guess he's in so much misery with their program that his name is Omar. I wonder what Omar is going to come up with if Miami wins it all.
I've seen him.
Exactly. What are they going to say? Oh, we're just getting a shipment from Matias.
BMCD 13, Ace Ventura, Howard Stern. Well, the good thing is the Fiesta Bowl is not played in temp anymore. Very true.
Yeah.
Any interest in Damon Wilson? Yes. Score prediction. I mentioned mine earlier. What's your guys' score predictions?
I've said 27, Miami 27, Ole Miss 17.
I like it.
You're 27-17? 27-17, 34-17, right? Yeah, I'm going to go. I could see 17 as the score, but I'm going 41-27.
Wow.
I really think it could be 41-17 Well, you both took 17, so I'm just going to give Michigan. So I think we'll score a lot.
41.
41.
All right.
I predicted 41 a few times this year, though, so I'm not going to lie.
BMC 13. Who is the Canes MVP? For this game, I'm going to go with the hot hand. I think it's Mark Fletcher again.
Mm-hmm. Good one. I mean, would you say it's Fletcher or because offense? But Bain has been quite the. I mean, the defense is really won these games.
Offensively, I'll go with Fletcher, even though I think Malachi Tony is going to have a good game just based on the matchup.
Yeah.
Defensively, I think this is going to be one of those Jacoby Thomas games.
All right.
Yeah.
I definitely like that combination there. 48 or 84, no matter how you're splitting them. I think Beck, it's all about Beck this game. Beck does well, we win. Beck does not have a good game, we could lose.
Andy A72. I love this comment by Andy, and this is why I picked Miami 34-17. He said, not sure what I'm missing here, but UM put 24 points on the best defense in college. UM wins 38-17. Andy, I love your prediction. And you know what? I agree. Not many teams were able to get anywhere even close to what Miami scored against Ohio State last week.
Yeah, Ohio State, I think, gave up, 8.5 points a game.
8.5 points. We scored almost as much on defense as the average team scored on offense. But great pick, Andy. Thanks for joining. UM wins 38. I think 41. I could see 41-17, but I gave 41-27 because I didn't want to seem like too much of a homer. But I do think we score points on this team, and we have not given up a lot of points. So we've given up we've given up 17 points. We allowed 85 yards rushing or so to Texas A&M and 45 to Ohio State. And multiple teams this year, we didn't give up any yards. So I think, and our defense is only getting better. I think our defensive guys are getting together and they're saying, we will not let this team lose. If we will shut them out if we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to go on prediction. If we never trail in the game for 60 minutes, we're going to win.
No, and the defense, you got to give them credit because it was a little hairy there in the second half. They gave up two straight scores to Ohio State, and then the play I vividly remember was a 3rd and 15 where he hit Jeremiah for a first, and right there I looked at the guy next to me and I'm like, we're not going to blow this, are we? And sure enough, they stopped them because that was looking kind of spooky there on that drive.
I think the defense was just a little gassed.
Yeah.
The refs didn't make a lot of calls in that game on either team.
No, they let them play.
That one that they overturned on Beck, giving his whole body to their I don't know how they overturned that. There was no way the replay showed that he was down. That I could see if they would have called him down, that they said we can't, I don't even think but to say that reverse it, right there I posted, they can tell they want Ohio State to win. Because that was the most bogus call I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of bad calls being a Miami fan.
Howard Stern with an interesting comment. Miami is Ryan Day's daddy. Miami will never lose to a coach who has nipple rings.
That's hard-hitting analysis.
5 Rings Canes. Damari, OJ, Moten will play. This is way too big. Mario and the staff will have this team ready.
I totally agree. They're going to be violent.
Hassan said, Gio, Brett, and Mando, you guys know how good it was going back to work strutting and against those suck guys fans laughing. Yeah, I've been.
Oh, my God. In my job, I have one guy who's a huge Ohio State fan, and he was chirping.
Hassan, I think, is in Ohio, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. But
you got a guy right there next to you, Mando, in the thing. Did you get him a hat? Do you have to wear a hat?
No, there's this guy at my job. He's a huge Ohio State guy. He was talking so much shit for 2 weeks leading up to the game, or a week, whatever it was. And I got back to work on Monday. He was like, he didn't say a word. Yeah.
Gio Kane shared here. Pitt led us 7-0. Remember? No, he's actually right. He did. Yeah, but that was very brief. Yeah.
Since SMU,
he threw them out basically.
No, I think we took the lead in that game, didn't we? They tied us, I think. I might be wrong.
No, I think they were up first, and then we scored, and then we just.
You sure about that? I don't know. Not sure.
BW Feldy shared here. What's with these rumors? What's with these rumors about Mario Cristobal going to the Ravens? Done deal, they're saying.
Oh my goodness.
That's not true. Mario is not leaving Miami. That's not happening. Mario will be in that building until the day they say, like, hey, you got to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they would have to run him out of the building for him to leave.
Yep.
It's not like he's making Butch Davis money in those days. He's making a fortune now.
Oh yeah.
When Butch and Jimmy left, they weren't making any money comparatively. So now Mario's making a fortune.
Yep.
So he's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Let's see. Andy A put 38-17. The U. Yep. Papa Cool. Gio, do you think CJ Bailey hits the portal? Anything is possible because DeMond Williams, the Washington quarterback, literally 4 days ago, it was announced that he signed his new deal with Washington and that he was going to return. Today he enters the portal. I mean, CJ Bailey, there was a note put out some days ago that he resigned, that he's going to resign with NC State or whatever. Anything is possible. There's no guarantee in the portal era, even when a kid says that they're signing a new deal.
Update on that Pittsburgh game. Everyone's a little right because Miami got to the 10 and kicked a field goal, was up 3-0. Pittsburgh then scored with 14-14 to go up 7-3.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
3 minutes later, Miami was up 10-7 and
All right.
into the races. But it wasn't 7. Miami did score first. They scored, and then we scored right away.
So we trailed. Okay. All right.
We did trail by 7.
James Keane shared portal going on, kind of overshadowing playoffs. I don't know, because the playoffs, they're doing record numbers in terms of viewership.
Yeah, the Cotton Bowl was way up.
Yeah, Miami had the biggest percentage jump of the bowl game sites. The Fiesta Bowl had I think it was 36 or 37% increase in viewership this year.
Yeah, and obviously, as we know, the New Year's Eve is tough. That's a tough day. Many people are out partying. They're not even watching TV.
Right, yeah.
That's a huge number.
The throwdown 305 is great to be a Miami Hurricane. Yes, it is. At a field, Howard Stern said, at a field near the stadium with the same surface, one of the guys go get their cleats in the turf. David Hale of ESPN said today that Mario got to the stadium with the same surface. One of the guys go get their cleats in the turf. I haven't seen that yet. I'll check that out. Ari Marcus, do you think Popo, Aguirre, and Lightfoot will get serious playing time despite Trinidad? So Popo's in that linebacker rotation and Lightfoot as well for defensive ends. They're both definitely going to play. I think Lightfoot's going to be really key in this game, to be honest. Hassan, Gio Brennamondo, did you guys see how that Ohio State coach following Jeremiah Smith around when he was talking to Miami players and coaches?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, that was hugging him.
Which, by the way, Jeremiah came out today with a tweet saying, he said, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But be nice if we play them again next year and beat them then too.
Yeah.
True. Howard Stern, David Hill. Wait, yeah, no, I already read that one. Gio Kane. Damn, Texas Tech got the Wake Forest defensive tackle. They're getting everyone. Yeah, that Wake Forest defensive tackle, everyone wanted him. Miami had interest, but they didn't go forward with that. Anthony Monsanto, Gio with it. Seeming that the big quarterback guys have already chosen where they're going. Who's Miami's backup plan? So I already spoke about the quarterbacks. I agree with this comment from Howard Stern. Texas Tech is going to get a lot of the best players in the portal, but they will still not win anything except their conference. I agree. I'll put it to you this way. There are teams who spent more in the portal than Miami coming into this season that they're not playing right now in January.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's more than just the money. You got to put it all together. And I'll be honest, I don't think their coach right now is going to be the guy that's going to do it for them to get over that hump. Mm-hmm. Just being honest. Let's see. Double J, crazy how Jeremiah Smith could have been a Miami legend. He was going to the league no matter what. The talent was always there no matter where he went. I always go back to something good friend of mine, Amon Richards, always says, doesn't matter where you go. If you're like that, they will find you.
Oh, yeah.
In this day and age with social media and everything, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Here's another question. Gio, Brett, and Armando, do you think the trend now in college now is going into the portal for an experienced guy instead of having to deal with a high school kid who you don't know what's going to happen?
I mean, obviously that's the way it's going. But Ohio State just had a kid playing that did not play, but played a great second half. He played the Ohio State quarterback, and he obviously was a redshirt freshman, right? Outside of that pick in the second half, he completed like 10 in a row, I think. By the way, he completed 13 in a row. I think a record in the Cotton Bowl in that. It's very unheralded that he got 13 in a row, but I think
that was actually Carson Beck who got that one.
Yeah, Peck got 13 in a row, but Sayed got 10 in a row early at one time in the second half. He didn't play bad. So, I mean, I am at the school that I think one of our young quarterbacks could possibly lead us if we have enough talent around him.
Yeah. The thing is, at least most teams, the way they look at it, like for perfect example, that thing about Ohio State, that kid, he actually didn't first start off at Ohio State. Nick Saban had signed him at Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
Then he transferred to Ohio State. So technically, he wasn't a veteran, but he was a transfer. Yeah. And you look at the remaining quarterbacks in the playoffs too, everyone's transfers. All transfer guys are playing for these last teams now. The reality is teams don't want to forge the future on paying a young 17, 18-year-old quarterback 7 figures.
Exactly.
And he may not be that guy. A perfect example, Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma, and then he came to Auburn this year, still wasn't that guy. There was a lot of money those two teams invested in him for being such a young quarterback. So it's tough. It's tough for the young quarterbacks coming out of the high school ranks. Some teams are willing to pay it, but I mean, another example of Auburn right now, they have a kid who just entered the portal, Deuce Knight, who was a 5-star quarterback coming out of the previous recruiting class. Now he's in the portal. You had him for 1 year. He played sparingly, and now he's gone. So I don't blame teams for going the veteran route. And the success shows there. Who won the title last year? Ohio State with a veteran quarterback in Will Howard. Oh. He wasn't even the best quarterback in the country, but he was a veteran quarterback.
Yep.
Hassan said, I could see another 30 for 30 show of Miami Resurgence. It's going to be called The Return of the U.
I agree. It definitely
That'd be cool.
I would like that. Yeah. Double J. Miami treats their legends way different than any other university that I've seen. This is when we were talking about that earlier. Jeremiah Smith will be a great OSU player, but it won't carry the same weight as former Miami players do. Yeah, it's very different.
Great point.
Being on the sidelines, you're right. I mean, you heard when Fletcher said he fumbled. I think he said Edgerrin James came up to him and told, don't worry about it. He told him some things. We know when Malachi fumbled, other people were jumping up with him, when Michael Irvin. It's just so these guys get to be home. I think this year more than any year in a while, because we're winning, it's being seen. And any player that doesn't want to be part of that, I don't know who these are the kids they grew up with. So they're going to get obviously not getting Joey Galloway at Ohio State on the sideline because he's doing a game. But who's on the side? I mean, do they have guys on the sideline? I'm sure they do. But there's something about that Miami feeling. And this program as good as anything.
And they care because because obviously Michael Irvin gets it out of the camera. But I was there. I saw Ray Lewis and Irvin on random plays, hands on knees, like squatting, like they were ready to go in for a play. Yeah. So they care deeply, trust me.
They're coaching up these players. They're talking to them. You're right. And everybody knows that. So any of these kids that don't go to Miami, if you're a star, it's amazing. Like Patrick Surtain, granted, he was at, where was he at? It was at, was he at Alabama or was it Georgia?
Yeah, Alabama.
Great. You're on the side with Alabama things. That's great. But, it's just something about you coming to Miami, he's going to be a star anyway. Now, especially if they don't come, it's crazy. Now, granted, if Alabama's paying them $5 million and Miami only wants to give them $1 million, that's the difference. The fact that we've been talking that kind of money is crazy.
Yeah. Double J, Jeremiah Smith, Earl Little Jr., and now Dante Simpson all could have put on for Miami, and all will regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uncle Joey, 9944. What's up, fellas? Miami,
What up?
38. Ole Miss, 17. I see a lot of people putting down 17 for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Juan Manuel said, what does Ohio State have to sell to Jeremiah Smith in 2026? They already lost 2 5-stars from the previous class. That's true. They did lose 2 5-stars.
Nothing except for money.
Tate just
good. Now that Indiana's reloading and they got this coach, it may not be Ohio State's all the time. Everything is getting more even now. Indiana's got plenty of money.
Yeah, Indiana's loading up. Oh yeah.
So he said here, Carnell Tate also just hit the NFL draft. He put, I'm wondering what keeps Smith there. He's being paid a lot of money. That's number one. I know from speaking to some people, you're talking about $5 million upwards.
Yeah, I heard it was 6
already.
5 or 6 million, which is a lot of money.
Yeah. So
can you imagine getting that?
And then number two, the other thing is like everyone remember the whole Kevin Durant thing in the NBA.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be viewed as that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, and I get it. Maybe it's a little bit of pride there too. Like, you know, like you go back to Miami, then people are going to talk crap and say, "Oh, you went back home, because you lost them." Like, I get it.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't
the
think he's going anywhere. Yeah.
Excellent point, Gio.
Yeah.
Stream
versus Indiana last year. If we transfer to Indiana, we know there's a problem.
55-10. Looky here.
I'll take it. And if that's the score, as I said, this is the score I'm giving. He gets a $250 gift card. Stream versus AI. If that's the exact score, mark it right now. You got a $250 CanesWear gift card. Okay.
Yeah.
Double J said, "Can Chambliss pull rabbits out of his hat 2 games in a row?" That's what he was doing against Georgia. I don't think so. I said it earlier. He had the game of his life against Georgia.
It's going to be very hard for them to duplicate it. The coaching, the quarterback. I'm not saying that I'm nervous about this game, but it's going to be very hard to duplicate it 2 games in a row.
No, I was a little apprehensive, but Gio has soothed me.
Yes, I'm very soothed. Gio's a soothsayer.
I'm fully confident now. Let's go.
Let's get on a plane and get out there.
Juan Manuel compares Jeremiah Smith to a flex tight end size with elite wide receiver skills. Yeah, it's kind of built like flex tight end.
Yeah,
but runs like a damn receiver. It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta hop off, guys. I gotta be up in about 4.5 hours. So,
all righty, Brett. Mando.
Hey, Thursday night, guys. Thursday night. Let's get to the natty, baby.
Thanks for joining, Mando. We'll see you soon. Go Canes.
Okay.
We're just about here at the end of the questions. Let's see. Howard Stern said, "I was joking about can't coach. Laugh out loud. You got hyped. Mario will be great like he's doing now. Just stay away from the playbook."
I agree on that. Mario's got to stay away from the playbook. I do agree on that.
He said, Carson Beck is going to hit Ole Miss harder than he hit the Cavender twins. Streamverse. I was here. I didn't leave. A 31-0 halftime deficit to Maryland in 1984. Though they lost that game, showcasing incredible comebacks in both victory and defeat during their dynasty era. Yep. Double J, if you're a young Canes fan and didn't get to see any of the natties, you 100% deserve to see this after suffering and staying with the squad. It was great back in the day. I agree. Many of the young fans that they didn't experience the last national championship, like you weren't old enough to or anything of the sort, they deserve it. They have no idea what the teams of before were like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Howard Stern said, "Everybody deserves to see the Canes win, but those that are 30 and over have seen the success and have gone through the pain, and the glory has been so beautiful the last few weeks." Absolutely.
I agree. You know, we talk about the kids that have never seen it, but you're right. I mean, we were in the 80s, we were the most dominating team in college football. The 91 at Canada. We played for a couple of championships. We did go 10 years then. But now we went 10 years, which seemed like forever, Gio. When we went from 92, which we played in 93, I think the Lamar Thomas game was the 93 game, if I recall, wasn't it? When he got tackled from behind. If you're
92, yeah.
I'm sorry, Lamar, to bring that up again, because Lamar's a great friend and a great guy. But then we went, it seemed like forever. We went 9 years, 8 years to 2000. This has been over 20 years, 25 years almost.
Yeah.
A quarter of a century is a long time to not even be relevant.
1 milligram of epinephrine. Any Canes fan who wasn't around for at least the 2001 season needs to see a psychiatrist. Yeah, it's torture. It's abuse.
Yes.
It's a love-hate relationship. Double J, I know it's been 84 years. I love watching the blowout. Eric Crouch in Nebraska. Yep. Streamverse AI, rebuilding is a myth. No more rebuilding. I agree. H. Canes' first game I remember was Jim Kelly's first game. Wow. Much respect for fans that weren't around for the domination years. True fans, you're about to have way more fun than you ever had with college football.
This is true.
There's nothing like it when Miami is at its best.
There will be, and if Miami wins the championship, there's going to be a whole lot of new fans jumping on the bandwagon.
Yep. Oh, absolutely, yes. And maybe even some coming back from the ones who jumped ship.
Correct, yeah. Every once in a while I see someone, oh, great, when's the last time you were here? I was never here at the store. Great. He said, I hadn't bought something for the Canes in like 20 years.
Bandwagon.
I said, oh, so you're a real big fan.
Double J, beat all the rivals. If you went out, might be the greatest natty ever because of who they had to play. Very much true. The path to get there too. Has any team ever played a path that difficult either? I don't.
We had definitely the hardest path. Us and Texas A&M, but Texas A&M was tougher because they had to play us.
Yeah. Stephen Bozer, someone good with graphics needs to make some graphics with all of our rivals with X's through them and lined up under Sebastian's feet.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So many possibilities there. Or their mascots knocked out and Sebastian wearing boxing gloves.
Oh, that's actually
I've seen something like that before. I think it was Pope Kane from the You Heard podcast. He had this shirt made of Sebastian, like in boxing gloves, and he had knocked out the leprechaun from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan shared, what about Kirby and DeBoer calling questionable calls in their games? If it was Mario, the media and our fans will be calling for his head. Very true. Gilbert Hernandez, Canes fan from California, West Coast.
All right. Welcome, Gilbert.
This is a good story. Streamverse. I once got into a fight at Disney World break room with a Gators fan who was ripping my Canes. I said, how many national championships you got? That triggered him. I can't wait for Thursday. Juan Manuel shared here. Gio, Pete Thamel is reporting Washington sources say they are prepared to pursue all legal avenues to enforce Demond Williams' signed contract. Wow, this another Xavier Lucas situation. Perfect timing. Stephen Bozer shared, maybe Wisconsin can give them some pointers. Oh, Canes Jones had it right here. Come get your kids. I remember that.
That was a
That should have been a shirt, Brett. Come get your kids.
That should be. Is that go get your kids? So come get your kids.
I think it's come get your kids. Yeah. Juan Manuel, Porto is going wild. Schools are preparing to take legal action. Yeah. You know what? I'll say this. I always learn something. My father has always said this too. Don't sign anything without legal representation.
Exactly.
Overviewing it, or if I look at it. That's it. Stephen Rose. Are the Canes interested in Deuce Knight? No, I haven't heard anything about that. Hassan, Gio, what happened with the pit linebacker? I mentioned that earlier. Miami's still involved. Gio, Green Tree All American Show. Gio, do you know what happened to Tony Johnson? He's no longer on injury list, but not practicing. Yeah, he got banged up near the end of the year. I know it's like a lower extremity thing, but I don't know exactly what timetable is on that. This is his last year too, so.
But shouldn't he be on the injured? I guess.
I'm not sure. Jake Tapper, goddamn, long time no see, boys. I thought Mando's been partying for weeks. Let's see. Flava said, any chance of a Riley Williams return? Not that I've heard of. Most of the reason why he ended up leaving was because he was homesick, from what I was told last year. I haven't heard anything about him wanting to return, though. I don't think it would make a lot of sense for Miami to take him back. I know they're really high on Luka Gilbert. Let's see. Howard Stern said, Brett, thanks for everything. Fuck fanatics. Always best to support a local shop that loves the Canes.
Thank you, Howard. We appreciate everybody's support, especially yours. Thank you so much.
Howard Stern, Brett, for the national championship, hire DJ, hi DJ, and I'm coming with Venezuelan girls with G-strings.
We are looking at a block party, possibly. We win this game. We're talking about a big tailgate party in front of the store for a day to be announced.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we are planning a DJ and other things. My landlord said, Brett, we got it. Who's a Florida State donor? Is like, she says, Brett, we got to be planning something first. So we're going to announce something when we win this game.
Oh man, that place is going to be
that'd be crazy. Yes.
You're gonna do it like the day before the game, you're thinking?
We're looking at Sunday now. We're possibly looking at like Friday.
Okay.
We're gonna. It's she wants it, so we're not gonna do anything or talk about it like I'm doing right now until we win.
Jake Tapper, I was way more worried about Ohio State boys. Ole Miss does not scare me, thank God. He's on the same wavelength with me. I thought Ohio State was the toughest in Miami's path. We didn't have to deal with that UGA story like all week. I'm very confident. You see, I agree with that. That just that whole Georgia storyline and everything, like just taken away from the game.
It would have been too much pressure on Beck. Yeah. He would have been interviewed by everybody. Nobody's talking to Beck now. But if this was Georgia, it would have been all about Beck. All about Beck. So it didn't happen.
You better love somebody from YouTube. Should we press the receiver to take away their quick game? If they go to that, yeah, I think you need to bring the corners further up out to the line of scrimmage. Howard Stern, you better not. A bad idea. Howard Stern, Jason will be our defensive coordinator by next year. Impossible that Corey stays if he has another good year. Time to upgrade JT. We'll see. I mean, Heatherman just got here. This is like his first big Power 4 program he's at. So
I mean, is there talk of him leaving? I mean,
no, not right now, but I mean, those will ramp up by next year.
Oh, it's impossible these days. I read that wrong.
Hassan shared here. Hey, fellas, we still get smack talk from our idiot rivals. If we win the Natty, they will say you guys still haven't won the ACC. What morons?
Well, that's right.
See, we talked about this, Brett, like during the whole playoff chase that we said, like, hey, I prefer that Miami gets in as an at-large and, you get the time off and you don't got to deal with the ACC game and everything. Like, at this point, it's like, if you win a national championship, who cares about the ACC championship?
We also have a chance to win 2 bowl games in a year. We've only won 1 bowl game in the last 15.
So
it's
changing.
Nowadays, the ACC championship doesn't matter. That was the thought of a shirt. National champions and still haven't won an ACC.
Wow, I didn't see this. Howard Stern put Ray Joseph transferred to Alabama. Wow. Uncle Luke must be going to Tootsie's right now.
Oh, wow. I didn't know he did that.
You know what? I've said it consistently about Ray Joseph. It was never a thing about talent. It was never a thing about character. It just is it unfortunate, whatever, how it happened. That Malachi came in. He was a really special player. Yeah. And the reality is, unless Malachi got hurt, Ray really wasn't going to play much here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good landing spot for him, even the offense that Alabama has. And I've been on record saying this. I do think he's going to be one of those few guys that leaves Miami that will have success
Mhm.
at his next stop. It would not surprise me at all. That's a really good landing spot for him, honestly. The offense that they have and everything. Yeah, he'll be productive there.
And Horton still has at least another year there, right?
Yeah. TJ put here, happy for Ray Ray. He stayed and fought for reps as long as he could. Yeah, he did. He
did everything the
He
right
was a
way.
really good teammate too. Brett, I'll tell you this. I would see it after every game at Hard Rock this year. He was always happy with the guys and like with them and involved and engaged with the team, even though that everyone knew that, his time was up here, that he was going to move on. The writing was on the wall, but this really good kid, super smart kid too, a phenomenal student as well. He's really good kid overall. I've known Ray Ray for how many years now? 4 or 5 years now. He's a really, really good kid. I hope
Awesome.
he has success at his next stop. Anthony Monsanto, Gio, according to what you're seeing one thing I want to say, pay attention to the programs that the kids that leave Miami now that they go to. Like, it's very different from when Mario Cristobal first got here. These kids are going to legitimate programs. They're not going to D2 or FAMU or anything like that. They're going to real programs.
No, that's why I said Horton. Wouldn't it be if Ray balls out, the two of their best receivers they said are transfers from Miami that couldn't do it, not Horton, but because obviously he could have been bigger this year if he would have played. But Ray obviously didn't get an opportunity here, and he's going to Alabama to possibly start. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of guys that do transfer, hopefully it doesn't happen to Ray, that do transfer, go ahead and just continue to keep on transferring.
I don't think he would be like that. I mean, he stuck through with Miami all the way to the end. Like, he's a really good kid. I don't envision Ray doing something like that. He's got 2 more years to play too. He took a red shirt this year. That's good. Anthony Monsanto, Gio, according to what you're seeing in the draft, where is Bell projected to be drafted? Is he coming back, or is he could declare you think? So the latest I heard on that, which was a few weeks back, was that Markel Bell was leaning towards coming back, and that they're pretty sure that he's going to be granted the waiver too, based on the new JUCO rulings with college football.
Great.
However, he's playing really good in the playoffs. His stock is rising, so I think it's one of those cases that you got to see as the games go.
Because it helped all these guys in the line to go together. I mean, obviously, is Baines going to be a top 10 pick? Messidor, is he going to get a higher rating because he's playing with Bain?
What do you mean?
Like, Bain's going to go top 10. Okay, possibly.
Yeah. Bain will go top 10.
We're talking about a second or third round pick. But can he go first round? Because
actually, you'll be surprised, Brett. There's some mocks right now, even though it could change, but there's some mocks that have Messidor going in the first round. The only concerns with Messidor that have come up is that he's a bit older than some of the other guys in this draft class.
Mm-hmm. Because if Miami wins the championship, just like Clemson, all those guys were drafted high. When you win, it's just like no doubt, Miami, when we won the championship, when all those kids were drafted in the first round, it was because we were winning. And people like to draft winners.
Yeah, that's the big thing, too, is the mentality as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Gio Kane put, I believe we get 5 to 6 sacks this game. I could see that. And at least 3 batted balls. Maybe even in a strip sack or an interception. He's going to turn it over. Every QB is going to throw one against this defense. Our defense is getting better. I'm not so sure on, interception-wise. Chambliss has only thrown 3 interceptions the entire year.
Really?
That's a very low number, yeah.
Wow,
he doesn't really turn the ball over, which means Miami needs to be efficient on offense.
That means he has to be very accurate, or he's got a lot of breaks?
It's the way the offense is by design, and like their play calling too. There's not a lot of deep shots throughout the game and whatnot, and he protects the ball pretty well too. Which is why when people have brought up these things oh, he reminds me of Cam Ward, he's not Cam Ward. He really is not.
Like John Gruden has a stat, either CBI or SBI or something. Should have been an interception or could have been an interception.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it is because not only your interceptions, but how many should have been picked off.
Stephen Bozer said, "Did I hear correctly that Moulton is expected to play?" Yes, you heard correctly,
That's
Corey.
crazy.
Corey Heatherman confirmed that today. You saw the video of him with Mario after the game with Ohio State, where Mario asked him, he's like, "How's your fucking leg?" And he's like, "I don't give a fuck about my leg. We won."
I didn't catch that one.
Mason Palazzo. It's hard to stop Chambliss. He got 0 sacks from Georgia's defense. Yeah, but Georgia's defense hasn't produced many sacks this year. Stephen Bozer.
A sense of entitlement or accomplishment now that he thinks, okay, they can't sack me either.
Yeah. Stephen Bozer. I'll be at the game, by the way, pre-gaming at Twin Peaks if anyone is interested.
Awesome.
He also said, I really would like to see us sign a top flight tight end in the portal. They are interested in doing that. Just hasn't been one that has come through. Great production from the tight end position is part of the classic Canes formula. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end you. Stephen Bozer, shadowing Chambliss effectively will be key in this game. We need to use light foot like Ohio State used Arvell Reese. I agree. Geo Kane, say Miami and Indiana make it to the national championship game. That tight end that left Miami will tell them all their plays. Laugh out loud. That's messed up. I don't think Brock Schott would do that. I would be surprised. It wasn't like things ended on bad terms from what I'm aware of.
I would think that anybody, he wants to be part of his team to be coming in as the national champion, but who knows? I don't think it'd be a mean thing to do. That's his new team. He would support them.
Carl, MIA 305, Geo, QB, I spoke about that. Steven Bozer said, as long as we run out of the smoke, it's all good. The Canes fans will be going nuts. Yes. Jake Tapper said, if we win the Natty, I think we should start Emory Williams next year. I don't know. There's varying opinions on that. Geo Kane, I thought Can beat FSU. Oregon lost to Ohio State. H. Kane said, Miami hasn't lost by double digits in 2.5 years. That's very true. The total of losses for last year was 9 points. Ironically, the same for this year.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The margins have been very small, even when Miami has lost. So it's not like Miami's getting blown off the field anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're very competitive. You better love somebody it's time to put Ole Miss and Miami Vice. B Canes for Life 77 just takes one home run higher. FSU could be back 3 to 4 years from now. And NIL gives you a huge jump start compared to years past. I agree. That's why we said earlier that never say never. Like, don't say that Florida State will never recover. They can. I think Brett dropped out of here for a second. 305 Sports Now. Hey, guys, go Canes. Thank you for stopping by, Will. Howard Stern. Geo, Florida State has no money for NIL. Who the heck wants to live in Tallahassee? That city is terrible. Boring, not a strip club or club in sight, and the girls from Florida A&M are ratchet. Yeah, but there's a lot of history behind that program. I'd never count them entirely out from having a resurgence. I just don't think it's right now, but if the stars align, yeah, I mean, look what happened to Miami for many years. B Canes for Life. Daniel's block allowed Tony to hit the corner on touchdown run to go up 10-3, and Tony 2 huge blocks on third down on final drive. Yes, you're absolutely correct. RP Mayfield, any thoughts about how fast Chambliss gets rid of the ball? They grab yards in big bunches, need to control clock. Yeah, so you saw some of that in the Georgia game, but it's not necessarily their bread and butter throughout the season. So Brett is back, but
I lost you for a second. Sorry about that.
There we go. H. Kane said, well, Wisconsin is suing us. If we get Damon Williams, add Washington to the list of testing Miami's legal team. Marcos El Grande from Facebook. It's all about the U. Yes, it is. Geo Kane, that Washington QB is really good and he's super fast. We will have the best running game in football next year. Maybe the number one offense again with him. Yeah, possible. I think he fits very well in Miami's offense. David Everett, 5106. Dawson want to use him, so why would want to come here? Okay. Malachi Tony had key blocks. Yes, he did. Oh, this is a great request, Brett. You better love somebody said, is there any belt to ass shirts?
That's a good question. I saw the tie today, but we do need to get those. I saw I saw the actual tie today, or not tie, socks. So we got to get those ASAP. Let's win this game and make that happen.
Hassan asked here, Brett, please tell me you guys deliver to Toledo, Ohio.
Of course, Hassan. Deliver to Toledo. We deliver to most states and every state and most countries. 100%. Toledo, Ohio, here we come.
So Slug Bruce asked here, why don't we ever see JoJo Trader, CJ Daniels, and Malachi Tony on the field at the same time? Well, that's because JoJo and CJ Daniels play at the same position. They play at the Z. That's why. Even though CJ is capable of playing some at the X as well. Fight on Natties. You guys can't even sell out the Hard Rock Stadium at your home games. That is straight up pathetic and sad. Oh, we got trash talkers again.
Trash talkers. Fight on Natties.
Miami Connect. Yo, Gio, why is Miami not looking at Noah Fafita? Dude's an absolute stud, 94 overall on the NCAA. No, he would not be a good fit for Miami. RP Mayfield, Ole Miss averages 28 points, correct. Anthony Monsanto, 45-10, Mark Fletcher for 200 yards, and Carson Beck for 350 and 4 touchdowns. Wow. If that's the score, I mean,
I think
there will be people with pots and pans all over 8th Street.
Yes, exactly.
Juan Manuel, Marty Brown has been underutilized, especially in the passing game. Marty Brown should be your closer mid-third quarter running back. Kirby, not so smart, cost UGA the game gambling on his own 32. Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Hard to say with Marty Brown should be the closer mid-third. I mean, Fletcher was the closer against Texas A&M, and he did fantastic.
Yeah.
He dominated the fourth quarter. Whoever's hot is the guy you go with.
Yeah. Fight on Natty said, he put Becky. Becky is throwing 3 to 4 interceptions by the third quarter. You know what's funny about this whole thing about Carson Beck and people talking about the interceptions? He hasn't thrown a single interception in the playoffs.
And he was only since the SMU game, I think he had only 1 interception. So the last 7 games, he's thrown 1 interception.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's go back to that Becky. That Becky, we got to watch out for her though, because Becky's not doing bad. But I think Becky could be watching us. She could get on the field, so be careful.
David Everett put down 35-24 Canes. Stephen Bozer, shut up. The adults are talking right now. Kerry Green, we sound a lot like Ohio State last week, but give me Miami 28-14. David Everett, if the Canes play their A game, it won't be close. Fight on Natty said, shut up. A blue blood is texting. Actually, Miami is a blue blood in college football, whether people want to admit it or not. They are.
Mm-hmm.
RP
when you look at the top, yes, no doubt.
RP Mayfield, Ole Miss is more difficult to scheme against than Ohio State. Let's see. Phone Me Unit 1973 from YouTube. What a terrible matchup for Old Piss. They're screwed.
Well, you know what? We were all confident we're like this when we were playing SMU also. We all thought the big scores and everything like that. So, listen, as long as we play our game, which we did not against SMU, if we come out and play our game, we will not be beat. But if we don't play our game, if we move to another direction and we play conservative, and we play afraid, and then we may lose.
Yep. Stephen Bozer, fight on Natty. Sorry, I thought from your handle you were a Knowles fan. And then he put, fight on. It's pathetic to be an FSU fan. I don't think so. USC. One Manuel, hey, Thomas on the second interception could have had a return pick 6 similar to NC State. How sweet would that be if Miami went up 31-14 and kick off with 40 seconds left? Very true. He could have returned that if he wanted to.
He just fell down, yeah. But you know what? And he also could have fumbled right there, and then everybody would have been going crazy.
Yeah. David Everett, Mario will be at Miami for at least 10 years, possibly more. We'll see.
Yes.
Anthony Monsanto, Brad Juggenauer, we had to think FSU and Clemson to a certain extent were going in the public with their lawsuit. Now Miami keeps everything they make in terms of money in the playoffs. Very true. They've made $14 million to this point, and they stand to make more if they win this next round.
So that's because of that lawsuit. They're saying they're allowing everybody to keep the money.
Yeah. CJ Bailey's 100 NC State. Canes Jones. Mario got the team up this morning and went to the practice facility to get the team's feet wet in the morning dew, just to get used to the environment of waking up early and getting them out of the East Coast time zone conditions. I love the preparation. Fight on Natties. Miami needs to play in a real Power 2 conference, not a G conference like the ACC. Well, guess what? That team from the ACC took down a big bad SEC team and a big bad Big Ten team.
I think the ACC won the challenge this year. Didn't they win more games? I think they had a winning record against the SEC. Right.
Yep. Well, and the reality is this, Brett. If Miami wins on Thursday, there will be no SEC teams remaining.
Oh, that would be great. And I'm going to roll out a new shirt. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Once we win, hopefully can have a shirt.
Talent is much more spread around now. The SEC is not the same anymore. But on that thing about the Power 2, though, Mr. Fight On, Miami will be in the Power 2 soon enough.
I don't know. We'll see. It may go to that, but which is just going to be like the Power 2 is going to be the AFC and NFC.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it'll be called. I don't even think it'll be called the Big Ten and SEC anymore.
Let's see. And Deuce is headed to Oxford. You talking about
SEC people would hate if it's no longer called the SEC.
Yeah. RP Mayfield put, and Deuce Knight is headed to Oxford. Yeah, that's where he was initially committed to, I believe. Deuce Knight. Fight on Natty's put, horse shit. Houston Lawn Street isn't going anywhere. Just hate on the CBS, just like the piece of shit on 3. Yeah, no, I don't know. Fight on. There's been a lot of rumors that Houston Lawn Street is looking around. That's their backup quarterback at USC. King Kel 42.5. Salute. Thank you for stopping by, King Kel. Let's see. That's Kellen Wiley's father, actually. He's one of the linebackers at Miami, freshman linebacker. Anthony Monsanto, but the guy who recruited and developed him left for USF, so don't you think he would want to go? Yeah, they were talking about Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State kid, was a transfer. David Everett said, all QBs are the same. Win, and you're back looking to this, and you're back looking to the sky. Yeah. B Canes for Life 77. We're basically at the end of the questions. Katie comparison with Jeremiah Smith doesn't make sense. Katie couldn't win the championship until he jumped ship. Jeremiah Smith won a natty as a true freshman and was a top 5 player in the country and shredded us. Very true, but I think it's more so like, aside from the Katie thing, it's also the perception that gets put out there. Like, he had just lost to Miami. And if you enter the portal and then you go to Miami, people are going to look like, oh, well, if you can't beat him, join him. You know,
I do agree. It's not as much like Katie. That Katie moved around.
Yeah, not one for one, but it.
No, let's say Miami. I think there's a difference if Miami wins a championship versus doesn't. But it is a completely different team with new players. It's not like he's going to Golden State, who just beat you. You were up 3-1 at OKC, up 3-1. Lost to Golden State, who came back, and then you joined the team that just won the championship. Oh, they lost the championship that year. Actually, lost the championship that year, I think, to the Cleveland.
B. Kane shared here. Katie had no ties to Golden State. Jeremiah Smith, local legend. Yep.
I can see it. He's selling me on it.
Manny Diaz needs to be part of the parade when we win. We don't get in without them beating Virginia. Oh, man. One man well shared. Can Joy Taylor be on the sidelines to console me?
She was in the store the other day, and I was busy with a customer. And John said, bye, Joy. And he said, that was Joy Taylor. I said, I didn't even see her.
Prod by Pack TV. OSU last year had an interesting path, too. They did. Streamverse AI. Folks, I just put 10,000 on the Canes at 3.5. Yeah, nice.
All right, good job, Streamverse. Of course, we don't recommend anyone gamble their money here. We believe in just for fun.
Let's see here. B Canes. I've had Canes money line versus AM. versus A&M money line plus 320, and 9.5 versus OSU, and have Canes money line 15.
Well, he's got the 150 to 1. They went to
1,500
150 to 1 when they
all after the pit when majority thought we would be left out.
yes,
Wow.
exactly. We went to 150 to 1 for a very short time. I was maxed out and already betting at 20 and 25. But you're right, you could have gone there or bet it online at the Hard Rock. Correct.
RP Mayfield shared here. If Miami is forced to bring more than 4, bad things could happen. I agree with you. That's why I said earlier, you need your edges to play contain well.
Miami never brings more.
I think you need to generate pressure.
We don't really blitz. We do it with just our 4 guys.
All coaches, all Nick Saban products. Unbelievable. Yeah, but there's a caveat, though. One of those 4 was actually fired by Nick Saban, which was Pete Golding, who's coaching Ole Miss.
Wasn't Marion demoted?
No.
I thought he was demoted.
Jack Harrison shared about the steam room, Mississippi. Howard Stern, come on, Jill. Ray Ray's going to Alabama State. He's not going to big. Oh, Alabama State. I thought they said Alabama earlier.
I thought they said it too. He's going to Alabama State?
I guess so.
Why is he not going to SMU?
RP Mayfield, truth. Winning solves almost everything. Yep. Bain is going 12th to the Dallas Cowboys. I hope so anyway. David Everett.
All right.
Accurate, quick release. RP Mayfield, Georgia was in the backfield more in the Sugar Bowl. I'm not sure that's a good thing. RP Mayfield said, because FSU has been so effective in the portal to this point. Matt Damian from X. Interesting to see how Ole Miss game plans for a team they haven't played with Golding as head coach. Very true. It's a very different game. RP Mayfield question. Ole Miss has averaged 6 20-plus yards play a game. Yards in bunches, yes? Yeah, they've had explosive plays, but Miami's actually done a really good job of preventing plays like that most of the year. And that's by design with what Corey Heatherman does with the coverage. Howard Stern, Carson Beck plays good the next 2 games. We win our 6th national championship. That's simple.
Got 6? We do.
We paid Carson $4 million. Time for him to shine. 2 more good games from him. We are national champions. Thank you, Moss Brothers. Okay. Howard shared, Gio, Miami has money. This is the number 1 sitting in the world right now. Tallahassee's so bad, the state of Florida wants to take the capital away from them. New King God. Oh, thank you for stopping by. He said, ever since he beat South Florida deep for 2 touchdowns, they haven't thrown anything deep to – oh, he's talking about Joshua Moore.
Yeah, Joshua Moore. He has not been non-existent.
It's a little bit to do with route running. Is to refine that a bit more. But KDQ 2007, Miami 31-17. Miami runs for 200 and Beck throws for 275. Okay. New King God shared, I live in Sunrise and still haven't been to the CanesWear store. Shaking my head. I drove by there. You got to stop by, man.
Come on, New King God.
Hassan shared, I don't know if I want to say this one.
All right, we're going to skip that one.
I'm sorry. I wasn't even expecting it. I just clicked on it. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. New King God shared, yeah, we need the Becky. Fight on Natties. There are only 8 college football blue bloods. Only 8, and Miami definitely isn't one of them. Oh, stop it. Okay, stop it. Miami's a blue blood. Stop it.
Yeah, they're considered right now.
Okay. If USC is a blue blood, so is Miami. Howard Stern, Ole Miss logo is an old racist Confederate flag, loser. Very true, actually. Juan Manuel Ventura. This is a picket game. Can Miami get picket speed on the field? This is the year of the Cubans. This is the year of the Cubans. Even the man who caught Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is Cuban from Hialeah.
Is he?
I didn't know. Let's see. SEC is 4-9 and ACC is 8-4. Yep, there you go. Hassan shared, fight on. Do you watch your games, idiot? I see a lot of empty seats at your stadium, but I don't blame them because you guys are pathetic. He's talking about USC. That's true. USC has had a attendance problem. very similar to stuff Miami's dealt with before.
Exactly. It's very similar. It's the Miami of the West Coast.
USC literally is the Miami of the West Coast. Yeah. Kerry Green, 34-38. Another thing in our favor is that we are the first team Ole Miss is going to have to play in the playoffs that they haven't. Yeah, so you spoke about that earlier. Anthony Monsanto. Gio, how crazy would it be next year that we have two bookend tackles who are 6'7" and 6'9" with Cantwell and Markel Bell? That would be insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Mario's building it right from the trenches right up front. Anthony Monsanto. Gio, how uncomfortable is it for an office of offensive line in general to deal with the amount of depth Miami plays with on the defensive line? It's very impressive how Miami's able to rotate guys on the defensive line. In terms of uncomfortable, I mean, watch that play and it's not even like that Ruben Bain. There was that specific play against Ohio State. I'm sure you remember it, Brett, where they had the left guard and the left tackle trying to block Bain.
Mm-hmm.
He gets past both of them. By the way, an Ahmad Moten just shot clean right through. Bain dominated that whole play. Like, it was just so textbook. Like, he had both of them on them. He still got off them and was able to get in on the plays. It was just incredible. Incredible. Fight On said, it's just trash stuff, nothing personal, just college football, and the Blue Bloods are Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Alabama, USC, Nebraska, Texas. That's it. If those are what you consider the Blue Bloods, Miami should be a Blue Blood. That's crazy talk.
So it's exactly Nebraska, Blue Blood.
Old Texas Tech man. Hey, we got a Texas Tech fan here late night. Wreckham Tech just tonight, defensive tackle Mateen Iberogma out of Wake Forest. Yes, defensive tackle JoJo Johnson, Oregon State, and beat out Tennessee for edge rusher Adam Trick, Miami, Ohio. Yep, very true.
Yep, they are loading up.
They've been on a heater with the portal.
I remember a few years ago, Texas A&M was had the recruiting class for forever, and it didn't do them anything.
True. B. Canes for life. Howard Stern took blue pill and sold out his Rat Pack and the legend Beetlejuice. Here we go. RP Mayfield. Golding was only fired because he decided to follow Kiffin, the narcissist. H. Canes 1005. Feel bad because I never offer up predictions due to I always have had bad luck. But that takes me out of the running. Oh, well, hope we win.
There's no running. We're not. It was only one. I picked one person if they had the person with the most outrageous score. So don't feel bad about that, H. Canes.
Anthony Monsanto shared here. Gio, let me clarify. When I mean by depth, I don't mean by players. I mean by how many yards we play off of the line of scrimmage. Yeah, so when they line up Bain out far wide. Yeah, I see what you mean.
All right, 12:38. Another 4-hour marathon. I think this was the longest podcast I think around, and the only one that I think takes all the live questions and answers, which is great. We try to do that different. I'm glad everybody could drop by today. The podcast. I'm sure we had a pretty good amount of people watching. Correct, Gio?
Yeah, it was, let's see, went about 3 hours, had over nearly 4,500 stopped by late night.
All right, so good stuff. 3 hours. I don't know why I'm thinking 4 hours. Okay, we got to go another hour. Thank you to everybody for joining. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. We love all of our listeners and followers. We did a show last week. I think we did a 1-hour show or 90 minutes. We're going to try to do more of those as well besides this one. It's all about Thursday. Gio, you got any places you're going to be that people can find you besides your regular places?
Yeah, you can find me on X at Gio Milian. I was also on WQAM just yesterday. I'll be on the X Spaces tomorrow, the infamous ones with Canes Jones, where a whole bunch of people come in. We just kind of shoot the shit, talk Canes football, everything in general. And you can always find me on here on the CanesWear podcast every single week with Brett and Mando. And go Canes. One more game and they're there. You're 60 minutes away. 60
minutes away. Obviously, it's not going to be the season Mario wants and the players want unless they win 2 more games, obviously. And as fans, we definitely want 2 more games because it's who is it? Ricky Bobby that said you're the first or your last.
Yeah.
So winning is everything here. We definitely want to win. We're all happy where we got. We're happy with this season, but let's face it, you get this far, you really taste winning. We want to win. Gio's prediction was 34-17. Mine was 41-27. I think that's more like 41-24 or 41-17, but I'll take a win as a win as a win. Remember, sponsored by CanesWear, the spot Miami fan shop. Check us out, CanesWear.com. Download our app. Please, FTSN Network, Bobby and the crew do a great job. Like and subscribe. They have a lot of good programming on there. And you can find CanesWear, of course, on X as Canes_wear, and Instagram, CanesWear, and Facebook, CanesWear. So glad you all follow us. Stop by the store. I love when people come by Gio and say, "Oh, I see you guys on there all the time." So a lot of them, most of them don't even. I say, "Oh, do you ever say no?" But people from all over the country, they come in from everywhere and they say, "We watch the podcast," which is really cool.
Nice.
So that's always a nice thing. So thank you very much to everybody. We are 2 days away. We're actually 1 day away, right? Today is Wednesday now, officially.
Yeah, now officially 1 day away.
1 day away from the biggest game in Canes history in 25 years, 24 years, and a chance to play in Hard Rock Stadium with the whole country looking at us. Both G and I think it should happen. Are nervous about the game, but we got our fingers crossed. So we look forward to seeing everybody soon. It's all about the U, and that's about it. Good night.
Go Canes.
Go Canes.